I've got to go with Sergeant ABC.
The first round draft choice, Mr. Sergeant ABC. It's fun and hopefully you'll get some good results.
Oh, I would have drafted her.
Okay, there are your teams for season 9.
Yeah, a very good try overall.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the thing that they got you. So it looks like that.
Going to see the blind leading the deaf to a 2-0 victory over GG Izzy. GG's call. Kitty cat has claws, ladies and gentlemen. These probes are going down. Hey, you know what that piece is? You know? Oh, you're not. But this is I'm in 37-10, low supply there. We have the GG. Alright, great. Sergeant ABC ties things up. Each team has 1 point. Excellent. And today we've got a special treat for some of our players because they are going to be taking on the 2-time world champion Cyril.
Battle cruiser operational.
30 enlisted. We have the GG. Oh boy. He has come in with guns ablazing. Yeah, throughout this, as he's
Oh, and they pull it up!
GG! Minnesota Barcraft, our FSL team, manages to get a GG.
TV Natural. Aegis Raider. Infinite Cycles. Android Space Harris. The Force.
Launch detected.
I would love one day to get Masters GM as a pipe dream.
It's an FSL, a goal of mine to be one of those top 10 players in the league.
One word I'd use to describe it would probably be impulsive.
I've always wanted to hit Master. That's my big goal, I think.
I would like to get to Masters or GM at some point.
I am possibly maybe. I am from Sandusky, Ohio.
Is StarCraft popular where you're from?
It was when I was in grade school. StarCraft N64 back then, and then eventually we moved to the Brood War.
Do you have any aspirations related to StarCraft 2?
I would love one day to get Masters GM as a pipe dream, but Masters is kind of what I really, really would like to do.
So you're a Zerg player. How did you decide your race?
Well, I've always liked bugs growing up, so I felt like the Zerg race was kind of like bugs in a way, so I decided to go with them back in, I think, 2004 or 5. And I've been a Zerg player ever since.
Could you describe your playstyle as a Zerg player?
I love to play a long macro style kind of game, but I've since been changing it a little bit where I'm doing a little more earlier kind of timing attacks instead of more of just a sit back and build kind of macro style.
Are there any memorable moments in the FSL since your debut?
It has to be where I play Little Reaper and he beat me up really bad in the early game, but somehow I was still able to pull off a win against him. That has to be one of my most memorable moments so far.
What does the FSL mean to you? Like, how has it changed you? What value has it added to your life?
Well, the FSL has definitely lit a spark under me to definitely get better, because there's a lot of players in here that are a lot better than me that I would love to one day beat most of them if possible. Obviously, you know, the higher S tier players, one day maybe, but initially I'd like to beat everybody that's within, you know, 2 groups of me right now.
My heart is beating too fast. I'm very nervous, but don't worry, I'm gonna win. I'm Cranky Toaster. I'm a Terran player in the FSL. I'm about 3.5k.
Other than SC2, what are you good at?
I shoot clay targets, I cook, and I teach kids mathematics.
Do you have any aspirations related to StarCraft 2?
I've always wanted to hit Master. That's my big goal, I think.
How do you decide on Terran?
I played the Wings of Liberty campaign. I always loved the Terran music and the Terran theming of Space Rednecks, and I love siege tanks a lot. Terran is my favorite race. I used to play TOS, but I switched to Terran a year or 2 ago.
Do you think the Terran playstyle fits your personality a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm a very aggressive player. I like being aggressive and taking initiative, and it's very important when you're playing Terran. I think it fits me like a glove.
Other than playing aggressive, could you describe your playstyle? Any specifics?
F2 A move beast. I don't use control groups. I love throwing units at the other guy as soon and as quickly as possible.
What do you think your weaknesses as a player are?
F2 and A move. Lack of control groups, lack with camera hotkeys.
Do you have any memorable moments since your debut in the FSL?
Yeah, I got blasted by Great Archon twice. And I won the ace match for my team on the same day, which was pretty fun. I like that.
What does the FSL mean to you?
This tournament, I think, is a good opportunity to get me actually playing and caring about the game. Because for the most part, I've been watching pro play like all my life. I never really played the ladder like dedicated. I did for a little bit, like a month to get to diamond, and then I just stopped playing. I played a lot of co-op and campaign, but I never really got into ladder, and I think this tournament's got me playing a little more and caring a little more, which is good.
Is there anyone in this league that you would consider your rival?
Great Archon.
Do you think you're ready to face this rival?
No, he seems like a nice guy though, but I think I'm gonna get blasted if I play him again.
So you're headed into a matchup against Nucleo. How do you feel about this matchup?
I feel very confident. I play a lot of Mech versus Zerg. TVC is usually my best matchup. I play it a lot. I win it a lot. I say I'm a lot better at TVC.
Is there anything you want to say before you head into this match?
Prepare to get blasted, Nucleo.
I'm Nucleo, Zerg player in the FSL. I joined the FSL in Season 9, so last year. I'm in the New York City area, originally Egyptian by heritage. I just want to contribute to the scene, hence my participation in the FSL, both as a caster and a player. The scene's getting smaller and smaller every year, it seems, and definitely don't want it to go away. So, like, I feel like now's like the critical time to really get into the scene. So I used to play Terran in high school, and my computer was so bad that my computer just couldn't run 200 armies, so I would always just die to banelings. And if you can't beat them, join them. I became Zerg when Heart of the Swarm came out. I thought the units were a lot cooler, and I think it fits my personality and playstyle a lot more because I like to be in more places at once, and it's easier to do that when you have more light units in general. And I'm definitely more of a macro player. I like to be a little tricky though. Sneak and Ling run-bys frequently, just cause as much noise for my opponent as much as possible, throw them off their game. From my show match against, I think it was Tarkov, to my first match against Sir Maligant, to my first ace match that same weekend against KJ, where I lost, and then where I think I redeemed myself by beating Great Archon in another ace match at a separate weekend. I think the FSL is a very cool community-driven part of the StarCraft community, and I would like to see it succeed. The idea of taking like everyday players and sort of turning them into like local StarCraft personalities, amateur StarCraft personalities, I think has a lot of pull.
Help do this. Oh, the banelings are late! There they are.
I'm Hyper Turtle, former commissioner, current co-commissioner of FSL. I do most of the casting, and I've been with them for several seasons now. I'm from Minnesota.
Is StarCraft popular where you're from?
I don't know, especially. There's enough people to show up to my Barcraft events, and I sing a lot. I do a lot of computer fix-ups. Over the years, I've gotten decent at that. But yeah, mostly I talk, and I do that with StarCraft and when I'm not doing StarCraft.
Could you describe your playstyle at all?
I guess one word I'd use to describe it would probably be impulsive. A lot of the time I just go with what feels right, although I will say I'm really big on spellcasters. In both StarCraft games, I like to have little bits where I try to make clever use of the abilities to turn the tide.
Do you have any memorable moments since your debut in the FSL?
I mean, I did manage to be the Code A champion one season. I know one of the big moments early on was I was outnumbered by Terran, and while they were mowing down my forces, I just went ahead and threw down a stasis ward, and none of them automatically targeted the Oracle, so they all got frozen. Then I warped in a bunch of more guys, killed them, and won.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's winning on all fronts here.
Yeah, he's double the supply, and it's all across.
I'm JMPZ. I play Zerg in the FSL. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Do you have any aspirations related to StarCraft 2?
I wouldn't say I have aspirations. I do enjoy playing the game. So after unfortunately losing my wife a year and a half ago in an accident, it's something that can take my mind off real life and I can escape into and have a good time.
How did you decide your race?
Initially, I started playing Terran because I started in StarCraft 2 and it was the race they give you. I quickly learned that Terran is not for me. Zerg is more my style of play. I like to be defensive, pump out the drones, and then swarm my enemy with all the units. I am a F2 champion. Even though the key I have changed from F2, I definitely am an all-army selection champion. I need to definitely work on splitting my control groups a little bit more. At least maybe 2 different groups, and definitely help with Zerg, especially trying to get run-bys in and stuff like that. I definitely want to say this season has been pretty memorable for me because I remember the first season I was definitely outclassed and I was definitely really nervous playing, but I've gotten a lot more confident, especially when our first match we were down 5-1, knowing that if I would have lost any of my games, we were pretty much going to be out of it. And lucky for us, I won both of my games and it ended up working out that we got to the ace match, and here we are sitting in the grand finals.
It's been a great opportunity. We got to know the players a little bit more one-on-one. Now we get to spotlight their playstyles a little bit.
Yeah, that was really cool to learn a lot about some of the players we have playing today.
Absolutely. I even learned a little bit about myself. So, this is JMPZ, co-casting with me. We're friends for the moment. Very soon we will be bitter enemies. But first of all, we are welcoming Nucleo and Cranky Toaster. We're going to be starting the show match off with them.
What's up?
Hi.
All right. And we learned a lot about you already. Before we get started, I know we're running a little bit behind schedule. Just anything you wanted to throw in before we jump in?
It's time to 3-0, baby. I'll crush you like
Ooh.
a soda can.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I think Cranky Toast plays some styles very well, but I don't know what I can say, man. Just don't play bio. So that's all I'll
Okay,
say.
yes, I agree.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to separate you into your personal lobbies, and we're going to be jumping into it. We've already chosen the map picks. We're going to be beginning with Ghost River.
Good luck,
Good
gentlemen.
luck, have fun.
I am excited for this
Alright.
series because I always want to look for ways to play against Terrans and Zergs, especially Terrans that go mech. So this is definitely going to be something I'm going to be enjoying to watch with higher level players.
Exactly. If we get to run the gamut a little bit here. The next ones are both going to involve me and might be a little bit more casual. We'll just have to see. All right. In the upper left, we have our green Terran. He is
Cranky
and
Toaster.
his opponent, the Zerg in the red. His name is
Nucleo.
All right, let's get right to it. And by the way, if you hold Shift and Control at the same time and push a number, you can set it to best of a number. So in this case, best of 5. Shift Control 5. We don't get to enjoy this very often because usually we're doing these best of 2 matches and the observer interface stubbornly refuses.
Well, I just learned something new.
It's also an interface.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's also an interface that doesn't even load if you don't have the same number of players on each side. So in a free-for-all or a handicap match, it'll just give an error message at the bottom instead of the bar.
So looks like an interesting map for game 1. I believe Cranky Toast picked this one. So with those rocks and stuff like that, it's going to be an advantage to him if he can position his tanks behind them and get a good position, because that's usually how the Terran army wins. And I know he's usually a mech player, and obviously before the game they were bantering not to go bio, so I wonder if we're going to see any bio this series or not.
Will he take him up on the dare? We will find out. But yeah, there's some room for some creative play when it comes to that area. You know, you can definitely decrease the distance between the two bases on foot if you either mine out the little minerals or you destroy the rocks there. But at the same time, if they're not mined out, you can use them as a nice little barrier between you and your siege tanks if you can keep drawing your opponent's army in there. It's also, I think we've talked about this before, it does not have the best expansion route when it comes to Zerg.
Yeah, the third base is a lot rougher to take because of how much creep distance there is between it. You have to get that creep down early. And I know Nucleo does like to get some extra queens, so he should be able to get that creep out. But yeah, it takes a couple extra tumors and cooldowns to get it there.
Adjustments required. So the Reaper is continuing to be a nuisance here.
Yeah, he's killed 3 Lynx with that Reaper, so that's a really good start.
Not bad at all, and he is going on 4.
That's the 4th Link down.
And a little bit of insult to injury with that bouncy grenade.
Yep, and he's got the exact timing down that the 3rd goes down because he saw the drone doing it. So that's, even though it doesn't seem significant, that's 2 drones that Nucleo doesn't have.
Yep. And here, just one moment.
So
Just
looking
gotta
at the
do
builds,
a little bit of moderation here.
Oh, good. Looking at the builds, you got Zerg Speed about to finish. Looks like the Starport's about to finish. Looks like we're getting the Reactored Hellions that every Terran is running on now with.
You want to start with a little bit of fire.
Oh, yeah,
And
for sure.
honestly, they're mobile enough that even if your opponent does have the roaches out by then, you can still usually take them back and just make use of them later.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the tech lab on the starport. It looks like he's researching
Oh,
that cloak for the
already
Banshee.
researching cloak.
So I'm looking in right now
Yeah.
with the Hellions, but not too much damage. And right now I do not
Oh.
see any spores for Nucleo, so I wonder if he's going to be able to get this scouted in time or drop the spores on his production.
And there's the classic 1-2 punch. You know, you get their attention up front with the Reaper Hellions, and then that's when you try to join in with your air.
Yeah, Nucleo does have really good Overlord vision if you look at the 3 Overlords in the middle of the map, so that Banshee is going to have to take a roundabout route to get there, and he
Yep.
might see it if it does fly through and go directly to him.
Oh yeah, he's seen it alright. Cloak is about to complete, but still, seeing it's one thing, he still has to deal with it. And there's still
Yep.
no spore crawlers up.
Yeah, still
And
no
the
spores.
Roaches and Ravagers are still chasing the Reaper Hellion.
Well, it looks like he's bringing the Banshee to clean up these Roaches and Ravagers. Not going for the
Yeah.
mineral lines, which I'm not sure I agree with, but we'll see exactly how much damage he can get done on the map.
Oh wow, it didn't
Oh, what a
The
snipe by
Banshee gets
Nucleo.
filed.
That is actually insanely good for Nucleo.
Right?
What a
And
snipe.
there is a second Banshee here, but in general, Roach Ravager will do very well against these Hellions.
Yeah, and that Banshee will do damage to these roaches, but not as fast as he wants them. And he
Oh,
wants to
again!
number one. Oh man, that is really rough.
Making those half-court shots like it's nothing.
And this is going to be a lot of damage.
Anytime you have to collect the knees against the Roach Ravager, you know you're in big trouble.
And these
He's
links
getting a
are gonna
couple of
get
mines
annoying.
up. Oh, not quite. Supply people did go down, but he makes his own door.
There is a mine in the mineral line, but that's probably
There is, but I don't
a
think
lot
it's,
of friendly fire. If it
It's
does
got to
fire.
get it down through, and so far it is still just sitting there. It's very hard to manage all these units at once. This ain't good. The Banshee does a lot of damage, it fires slowly.
I
And there
don't
are a lot of
see him
targets.
cleaning this up. I think we're going to get an early GG in game 1 here.
Just like that. 29, 34 workers dead.
He's down to 5 SCVs.
5 SCVs and a positive attitude.
He's got 1 left, and I don't even think I can find... Oh, there it is. It's at the main CC right now. And fighting, doing his best, but yeah, this is not what you want to see if you're a character.
Yeah, they are mining for the main again, and even more speed circlings just making their way in. He's lifted up 1 command center, 1 orbital. And,
there it is. GG.
Yeah, GG.
That was really impressive for Nucleo to snipe down both the Banshees. I guess Cranky Toast's attention was elsewhere when those vials went out, because usually you don't see that. You expect them to run from your Banshees as well, and his Banshee was just sitting still on top of the roaches. And yeah, that was a rough game 1 for Cranky Toast.
Yep. 1 win for Nucleo. These are best of 5. The next map will be Old Republic. That rush was brutal. Don't tell me I don't cheese. Alrighty. The banter's going full swing and we are moving in.
Good to see both of our players laughing and enjoying it, though, because obviously this
Yeah.
is more of a show match, just some little fun banter. Because believe it or not,
Exactly.
they are on the same team in the FSL, so we do get to talk a lot together.
Yes, and the Biles and the Banshees hurt. So there's your confirmation there. They are ready. Best of 5, so there is plenty of room to bring this back.
Oh, we lost somebody. We forgot Sergeant ABC.
Yeah, I think we did. He
We'll
didn't
get him next
actually
game.
join the party. He only joined lobby.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
All right. In the lower left, we have our green. Terran he is.
Cranky Toaster.
His opponent, the Zerg. Decked out in red, he is.
Nuclear.
Alright, so that's going to be Shift 1, and then Shift Control 5 to update the score here. Lastly, a little extractor trick there. It's one of those things, I guess I should incorporate that into my build, just because everyone
Proxy.
else does.
We see a
Ooh,
proxy coming from
indeed.
Cranky Toaster.
Yep, and more SCVs are heading over there.
Looks like
I
it's going to
think he
be 3
wants to
barracks.
Yep. Seems like he wants to finish this one quick. Now it's going to be a while before that Overlord makes it over to the other side of the map and sees what isn't there.
And looking at the pathing of Nucleo's Overlord, it's not going to see those barracks till long after they're up, because he's going to look at his third base first.
Now there's a bit of walking distance between those barracks and the ramp that leads to natural.
Yeah, it seems like Cranky Toaster definitely wanted to make sure this wasn't scouted, but 3 barracks rush on a Zerg that doesn't see it coming. That
3 barracks rush. No, this is a 4 barracks rush.
Oh, he made another one. I did not see that extra one. He really wants to put the pressure on with
Well,
this.
he only just started the other one, and it is going to be Marines. He is going to be starting production straight up without any add-ons.
I'm a big fan of this. Just the Marines. If you can get a bunker or 2 down in front of the second and get that second base killed, you're in a good position. But Nucleo's Overlord's going to see the second is absent CC here,
Well,
so his spider senses are going to start tingling.
Black at the command center might not be that big of a tell. He might just have it in his high ground, but as soon as he sees that there... I was going to say, as soon as he sees there's no barracks at the ramp, but he's not going straight over there, and here we go.
He's
This
dropping a
is...
spine crawler as well. He knows something's
yeah,
up.
he knows something's up, and this, by the way, is an all-mineral build. Nothing but SCVs, Marines, and bunkers.
Yep. I don't see any bunkers down yet, but he's going for the queen.
The creep can make that a little difficult. There we go. Got the bunkers. We can potentially fall back on drones are being pulled, but the kite is spot on.
Yeah, very good aim moving by Cranky Toaster right now, and this is a lot of damage. Nucleo might lose a queen.
Down goes one of the queens. 4 drones being pulled. He is grouping up his drones and his Zergling. He is moving the spine. That needs to be a while before it's able to take root. Pokes into one of the SCVs, but there were 2 more to finish things up, and they are
in the bunker, and he's getting the repair on the bunker too. This is very rough. I think we're going to see a GG here. He's only down to 4 drones. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
even
if he does clean this up, and I don't think he will, there is no economy behind it. There is nothing. GG.
There it is. Cranky Toes ties it 1-1 with the cheese. I love it.
Alright, well, you want to talk about something where there's a little bit of room for that kind of cheese. You're not going in this selection line. And yeah, a little bit of lamenting that he didn't pull a lot more workers right away. Oh, here. I'm gonna invite Sergeant ABC this time. Invite to party so that he's all there to going forward. And invite to game.
Beautiful.
There we go. Chef's kiss on the cheese, says Nachos, who knows a thing about cheese himself.
Still waiting for Sergeant ABC to join.
Yep. Well, if he doesn't, we'll just move ahead without him.
Yeah. Okay, he did not join. Okay, truce, no more cheese.
Oh, I don't know.
Uh,
You know, the cheesiest thing you can possibly do is pretend you're not going to cheese.
yeah. I believe Nucleo is going to bring a drone down to probably scout a few of these extra areas before the start of this game.
It's tricky, as Zerg, you really can't afford to pull that one worker to get the early scout, but overlords aren't known to make it across the map very quickly. Let's just put it
Yeah.
that way. All right, in the upper right, we have our green Terran. He is.
Cranky Toaster.
And his opponent, the red Zerg. He calls himself.
Nucleo.
All right. Like I said, this should be interesting because out of all the maps that were remaining after they did their vetoes, this is probably the one with the cheesiest potential. I mean, you saw he did 4 barracks south of the natural in that previous map. This one, you can do it right in the pocket if you want to.
Yeah, definitely with the workers being able to walk through. But he's definitely making the
Yeah.
barracks at home this time. But yeah, you can definitely try to
Mhm.
sneak a worker into that little pocket and pull some shenanigans for sure.
Yeah. I mean, even if you just wanted to use that as a way to scout and get past the wall. All right, but yeah, so far, things looking unusually standard.
And as a Zerg player, it's really difficult on which base that you want to take as your third because the pocket base, while it offers protection, it does come with lower minerals, so and only one gas, so it's not really a full base.
Indeed. And I know a lot of Zerg players who just don't like pocket bases in general until they have 3 others up, just because they want to get that creep spread going. They want one production facility that's a little bit closer to their enemy. It's a question of defense versus offense. That's what it really comes down to. But Zerg just needs the mining early on. Terran, well, they can make do with their mules.
Yeah, Nucleo scouting that area with his Overlord, making sure nothing's
Uh-huh.
going on. Actually,
It's
sent
like,
the
I know
Overlord
he said no cheese, but...
gentleman's agreement.
There's no such thing as a gentleman on the battlefield.
Not in StarCraft.
Yeah, StarCraft either. All's fair in love and StarCraft, right?
Exactly.
I think it used to be Love and Warcraft, but I've tried to get into that campaign and competitive before, and it's just never taken off for me. Too bad. Anyway, so yeah, we still haven't seen the third. I wonder.
There's the drone. He's moving out now. He's going to try to
Yeah,
take it. He wanted to make sure he had the queen walking with him because of what happened in game
right.
1 with that Reaper. But it looks like Cranky Toast is going back to his side of the map with that Reaper.
Yep, they're building up. Where's this factory? Okay, I think the factory's just waiting on the ground. That's right. It ended up kind of floating past us just a little bit. No gas mining at all going on right now, actually, for Nucleo.
Yeah, it's as a Zerg player. Usually, the higher up you get, you pull completely off gas if you're
Really?
feeling confident. Yeah, I like to leave one on there because I'm a little less level than Nucleo is. But yeah, when you're at the top levels of the echelon of Diamond, you usually pull all your workers off gas.
One of my favorite things with the high-level players is when they keep changing where their workers rally, like rallying them to gas, and I'm like, forget that. I don't want to look back at my main base and realize there's 12 workers trying to mine from the same refinery. It's not worth the risk, man. Not worth it.
Yeah, I much prefer to just create 3 drones and then click them onto my reactors or
That is a cool thing with Zerg that I
refineries,
really do
stuff
enjoy.
like that.
So
Yeah,
we're
for
seeing
sure.
something very similar to Game 1 here with the Hellion Banshee.
Yeah. We also see a Baneling nest coming out for
Mainly
Nucleo.
Nest instead of Roach, yeah.
Yeah.
Already a lair as well? Well, not that early on it, actually.
Yeah, not too early, not too late. Just pretty much that sweet spot that Berserk wants to have it.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're gonna see if these Banshees can get more work done this game. They won't have to worry about bios.
Beautiful Spore Crawler morph there. Perfect time, and meanwhile Nucleo is taking the occasion to just fly that Overlord around, so he knows exactly what he's dealing with.
Yeah, he's got Spore Crawlers in all the bases, so the Cloak Banshee will have to do some extra work to find some damage.
Minimize spectators. Here comes the Zerglings. However, yeah, they're taking on these Hellions, and unless they can get an immediate surround, that's just not going to happen well. Cranky Toast, the first to take the 1/2 income pocket base there.
Yeah, we call it about 0.75 of a base.
Okay, more 3/4 than 1/2, got it.
Yeah. What is it, missing 2 mineral patches and 1 gas patch, so...
Yeah, I don't know. To
Close
me, you know, where I come from, the gas counts as extra. Which is weird, because where I come from is Brood War, and you barely ever have more than one guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. We see a Spire and a Hydra list then, along with Baneling Speed, so I'm not quite sure the path he's taken, but he is covering all of his bases, so...
He's leaving the options wide open. Definitely seems like he wants to be ready for any major aerial attacks.
Yep. Researching +1 melee. He's got a good clump of queens here to chase these cars away and not have to worry about them diving on the drones. But he is getting some damage in the second with that Banshee. He was able to kill 3 drones with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I missed out on that one for a moment, but yeah. He did kill 3 of them.
He lost the Banshee in the process.
Yeah, there was the Queen and the Spore Crawler there.
So Nucleo double expanding, but still not expanding to the pocket base. He wants to save that for, I guess, if he gets pushed really
Save it for a rainy day.
Yeah.
That's what I think a lot of Zergs would prefer to do. But yeah, definitely getting the gas going now. Couple of Overseers, and he is getting his Hydralisk upgrades.
Yeah, and he's got full vision of the outside bases for Cranky Toast, so he knows if he's taken another base. But yeah, he's trying to knock down this wall so he can get over here and defend this base. But I don't know if it's gonna be
those Hellions, those cars just kind of parked outside the hatchery. But, oh, look, I love that. It's like, hey, oh, you want these rocks? I'll give you these rocks, right.
Yeah. Banshee coming in, that will probably prevent Nucleo from diving in here.
There are a couple armories, so he can turn these into bats if he wants to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's just going to forfeit this, and he's fine because he has that other fort down.
Although, you gotta say, extra achievement points for taking out a hatchery with nothing to tell you.
Not usually something that you take out. And... Seven drones taken out there.
And yeah, very much doubling down on the mech here. He is getting building armor, getting a Thor, multiple siege tanks coming out.
The Terran is up in 10 to 11 workers at this point of the game, and I know that's not what we wanted to do.
That was a very good break for him. Up to that time. These tanks, however, they are ready to fight. They're the Hellbats I was talking about too.
Resetting the tank count from 8 to 3 is a big deal in this mech matchup. The mech does have 4 bases now, technically. But yeah, he losing 5 tanks is always going to be painful for the Terran player.
I'm on 6 factories right now. Yep, just keeping a close battery with him at all times. Sanding these Hellbats, just tiptoeing after the Queen.
Get the engage here from Cranky Toast, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to get much done with those Buffy Queens on the front line. Yeah, he lost most of his Hellbats. Trying to get back to the tanks.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Ling Runby, he managed to clear out quite a bit on that natural base. 8 workers.
Yeah, this is what Nucleo is known for. His run-bys are very impressive.
Exactly. He has been getting a lot of work done just by attacking the right place at the right time. There he is, gets the cancel on that command center. Going after the Oracle right now, and there is a barrier in place. However, tanks, they have a lot of reach to them.
Yeah, workers run through that mineral line, so they stay safe in the back there.
That is an interesting quality of that. We use that for fast
He does float the CC away. Looks like he drops 2 more. He should be able to repair this before it gets destroyed. Yeah, he's sending workers over to repair it now.
And yeah, Nachos is doing production. He's just following my camera while he produces. There might be some points here and there where it might click off my view. And there we go. Almost got the hive going. He's got Burrow researching +2 attack, +2 range, +2 close quarters.
I don't know how it works in the matchup. Okay, he just started his +1 Carapace, so I was wondering like if when he was going to start his Carapace upgrades, but it looks like that's on the agenda, and we see a Viper in production for the first time this game as well.
Love myself some Vipers, even if they can't abduct siege tanks anymore. Well, can't abduct tanks in siege, let's put it that way.
Alright, looks like this game's slowing down. Looks like Nucleo dropped a second Spire, so he might start pumping out double air upgrades. I guess maybe.
Nucleo just moving around the map, clearing out debris to make sure all of his army can get through to where he wants them, when he wants them. He is going after this base again. This time, however, there is an open path to defend it.
Yeah, but those tanks are siege on the other side, so it's going to be really hard for him to... If Nucleo stays on this side of the base, he's going to be able to clean up a lot.
Yeah, in this case, the mobility of the Terran is really limited to Hellion Hellbats, which are not that great against roaches. Everything else, you really have to move them little by little.
Yeah, that's a lot of tanks coming Nucleo's way. If he can catch these on siege, that's going to be very painful for Cranky Toast. He has 16 siege tanks. Looks like he went back instead.
Right. Now, although tanks in siege mode can't be abducted, they can still be blinding clouded. But meanwhile, what we see here is a greater Spire almost completed, as well as some more upgrades for those Lings. So, I think he wants to get up close and personal.
Well, the fact that Cranky Toast has no air at the moment, I could see Broodlords being very, very effective into this game.
Right, I mean, he's got some doors, and, I mean, he could potentially get some Vikings going, as long as he has the advance notice.
Yeah, I don't
so
see
far,
any
though,
Vikings or any
just
doors.
keeping up the lift disruption.
Let's see what happens here.
Well, there's that thing to run by. There is a planetary there, however.
Yeah, but he did. Oh, he did not. He chose to come back. Looks like he's gonna get us around on his tank.
Oh, it's tricky with that many siege tanks. And there we go. Here come the blinding clouds.
Oh, and all of the siege tanks. None of them can see right now.
It's not going to last very long, however.
Yeah.
He's got some decent vials on there, but he has to fall down. Starting these Vipers up. I still haven't seen any dropships used.
That's a lot of Banelings being morphed in right now as well.
Indeed. He just wants to get straight through those Hellbats so that he is able to file down those tanks.
Yeah. Looks like he's splitting his army to come from 2 different ways. I like the decision here.
Absolutely. Siege tanks are in a pretty good spot, but the rest of the map is getting a little bit ahead of them. Here we go, so many of those circles just going down before they reach them. Some blinding clouds all over the place, as well as more and more files. The circles getting up close.
Yeah, he was able to clean up all the tanks, and right now he's got a 70 supply lead, 50 supply lead after the reinforcement. So yeah, he seems to be doing really well here. He's going to be able to catch these Thors before they get home.
Exactly. One of the things I found really interesting about the Blinding Cloud, against siege tanks specifically, Blinding Cloud reduces their range to 1. Siege tanks in siege mode can't fire that close anyway, so basically it just disables them completely.
Looks like Nuclear thinks he can get into this natural here.
Well,
Maybe bust through the wall.
Here. And honestly, just all these structures are going to work against Cranky Toast units. Thors do not squeeze through choke points as well. As powerful of units they are, that's one of their biggest weaknesses. That's the amount of space they take up and how slowly they move.
Yeah, definitely getting on top of the production is something that Zerg would love to do here, and Cranky Toast not being able to produce to full supply right now because he's down to 177 on the supply chart.
Alright, at this point, I'd really like to see him use Burrow to just heal those roaches, just because he can. But the more important thing here is he has started producing Corruptors, and Corruptors can be turned into Broodlords.
Yes, they can. It's also got +2 air weapons on the way.
Right. Broodlords are a weird one because the initial attack benefits from the Spire upgrade, but the actual Broodlings benefit from Evolution Chamber melee. So you want a little of both there. But overall, just the big benefit of it, not only do they do a lot of damage, but they draw friendly fire from those siege tanks.
Yeah, with his vision here, he sees Cranky Toast trying to float out to his 5th. So I don't believe
he says, I don't think so. Oh, still, that's never underestimated. They can clump of tanks with Thors in front of them.
Yeah, they can do a lot of damage really fast.
Nucleo comfortably has the whole southern part of the map.
Yep. It's crazy because the top left is completely untouched.
Yeah, you're I don't think they're going to do much against Tank Thor, but hey. Blinding Cloud just paid off so well.
Yeah, another Blinding Cloud on those 4 in the back, just keeping them.
Just not able. Okay, there we go. The big thing is just making sure that you can get your attack going before the Blinding Cloud wears off.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like he's going to go for this 5th base to prevent it from getting up.
Or force it to get up.
Yep.
There you go. It is every Terran structure, left and right, to lift up and fly somewhere.
He does have 5 Corruptors still in the production tab right now. I don't see any Broodlords, 5 Vipers, so maybe those Corruptors will be
Corruptors on the way, but at this point, he is in such a comfortable supply lead.
Yeah, he's been able to definitely keep Cranky Toast on his side of the map, besides that one push that Cranky Toast had. That's definitely where it's supposed to be.
And the remaining bases for Cranky Toast are all very depleted as far as the minerals that are available.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, Mech Terran, they can be easily starved. They do not move around quickly, they don't advance quickly, they don't reinforce quickly. So map control is one of the best ways to just do your... just one of the most effective ways to deal with it all instead of taking them head on.
Yep, and we do see the first Broodlords coming in for Nuclear right now. He's got 1, so...
Hey, that is the first. And it always will be the rest of the
started
game.
it. He's morphing some more in as we speak, so we will have some for this next engage. Yeah, Cranky's gonna really need to get his expansions up. He can't afford much longer to be like this, because he's down twice the amount of supply, so he just can't keep making them.
Alright, here we go with more Blinding Cloud.
Sees the Broodlords coming in.
Yep, total of 4 of them in play right now.
More Blinding Clouds.
Run out of workers. I think he's completely out of doors. Yeah, nothing but siege tanks and Hellions. Nothing at all. The shoot side available right now. I think this is done.
Yeah, he's targeting down these SCVs that are repaired, and now the Broodlords are here on the back end. They'll just be shelling 3 units into the Terran army, and I think we're going to see a GG, and there it is.
We saw a GG. And there goes the Escalon play. Their guarantees. Nothing cheesy, just straight up map and counter map.
Yeah, usually with mech, you do see a little bit of air units. I'm shocked Cranky Toad's gonna try to mix in any liberators with that.
Okay, I told you not to play Bio, but we might get 3-hour series like this. LOL, says Nucleo. He's got a big smile on his face. He is having fun.
Yeah, I would definitely be smiling after a game like that. With the blinding clouds were amazing, and yeah, the way he played that game was beautifully done.
All right, we are moving on to game 4, Lightshade, with Nucleo leading by 1. In the car, nice blinding clouds indeed. Yes, it is a cloudy day out there. All right, they say they're ready. I did not see either party say anything about not choosing this match, so we shall see.
Yeah, definitely learning some stuff from the Zerg side into how to stop Terran mech here for sure.
Yeah,
Nucleus.
Terran mech can be the wall that you just crash into over and over again.
Yeah, it's
They're
rough when they got their tanks sieged up and stuff like that, but when you get blinding clouds as good as Nucleo did that game, it's it makes it seem very, very beatable.
And again, Vikings can be a good deterrent to blinding clouds potentially. We will see. In the lower right, we have the green Terran. He is
Cranky Toaster.
and his opponent up 1 map. We call him
Nucleo.
It didn't come up in the interview, but I know one of the things Nucleo likes to mention is people keep assuming that it's like nuclear launch. No, it's like a nucleus.
Oh, honestly, I never really thought of it.
Yeah.
I get it, because my name is also like being JMPZ. A lot of people do call me Jumps as well, so I just let people go with either pronunciation or either meaning.
Everyone's right.
Really, all it is just my initials with a Z at the end.
Sure. So far, so standard. I'm curious whether Cranky Toast will be switching up his strategy at all.
It's an early spawning pool for Nucleo, though. Like, and no gas started yet, so as a Zerg player, it definitely looks a little bit strange to the way I would start. But yeah, I guess he just wants to be a little extra defensive in case the barracks rush came in again.
It's a little bit off meta, but not especially far. It's just a very tiny delay in a couple of those structures.
Just more of a defensive build. Will lose out a little bit on the eco in the early game to keep himself safe from any sort of cheeses, so I think he's more than happy to do that.
And you see, he did immediately start scouting for proxies.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can always make that up later by dropping your third early, etc., etc. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, Factory is going down. I'm going to see if he's going to be going with the Hellion Banshee play again.
He sees the Reaper at his jump up spot. With a scout, make sure there's nothing fishy going on. Doesn't see that there's a lair forming, so he's probably just gonna run that Reaper out.
Hops right back down the steps again.
Yep, this should give Nucleo a chance to drop his third with the Reaper not being over there, and yeah, he gets it down.
Yep. Cranky Toast again, getting the reactor ready. I'm assuming that's going to be switched out in just a moment.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that you will always see from a Terran if they're not cheesing, is to get those reactor Hellions out right away, because they're such a good unit into Lings.
Yeah, there's a lot they can do offensively and defensively. And I'm getting the tech lab ready, probably for the starport again, so I think it's going to be that same opening.
Back to the old bread and butter build.
Why not?
He did get some decent damage with the Banshees last game. I want to say he got 3 with the first attack. So.
Yep, just needs to keep him away from Ravagers. That's the whole game now.
That's his kryptonite. Looks like Nucleo's starting to take some gases now, so he'll be mining a decent amount of gas from the main.
Nucleo's got good bile, but let me tell you, I want to see him catch some phoenixes with those biles sometime soon.
Like, catching the first Banshee was impressive, but the fact that he actually caught a second in the same game, that's just chef's kiss.
That can't possibly just be luck there.
Yeah, that's what we call skill.
Alright, here we go. Moving in. A lot like the previous games, not finding any workers available at the third. He is ready to blast some resurgence, though. He's gonna pop them pretty quickly and then bounce away.
Yeah, decent damage to the cars, and not having any drones there for him to go into. I don't think he's gonna dive into the natural here. Maybe just circle around, check the force, maybe clear up some creep if he wants to use a scan. But yeah, it's
creep tumors, letting Nucleo know well ahead of time anytime something approaches. Cloak is just about to complete.
Yeah, and now the third base is getting saturated with drones. And it looks like he's already got the spine crawlers down.
So Cracky Toast has a Banshee that was right there at the 12 o'clock position. Now to move them, there is a Spore Crawler, however.
A double Spore Crawler, oh.
Yep, Nucleo is not messing around. He does not want Banshees doing anything severe here. And just immediately reposition that.
Yeah, and he's got a double at his second as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bye-bye Banshee.
Absolutely it is.
He got mad about losing 3 drones, so he invested 2 in Spore Crawlers and said, "You're not getting any drones this game."
Right, now we're getting up to 3 factories now, so again, very much going with his mech play. Just kind of bouncing bullets
another
off.
Banshee at the top corner, but Cranky Toe's not sending it in because he probably knows there's too many Spore Crawlers for him to find damage with it.
You might be able to do something like snipe a queen, possibly. For the moment, though, yeah, there's no base that is lacking in Spore Crawlers right now. Overlords making their way just to cover as much vision as they possibly can.
Yep, looks like we got 1/1, +1 melee and +1 range attack for the Zerg being researched here.
Yep. Just a nice little combination of damage there. And a little supply block from Cracky Toast, but he has the factories just lined up. He wants to be able to produce as much as he can, as quickly as he can. Big thing, though.
The double armory, too, so he's going to start working on those mech upgrades, so looks like we're definitely seeing another mech game.
Alright, will we see another Hellion hatchery tonight? Oh, I don't think we will.
Yeah, it's much harder this game because there's not a wall protecting those Hellions from the Zerg unit.
But while you're at it, why not clear out some trees?
We're gonna clean up all these lings, but yeah, the birds just chase them away, and it looks like Nucleo's taking down those trucks.
What I'm really curious about is whether Cracky Toast is going to have a little bit more anti-air this time around. He's still adding more Banshees at the moment.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see more anti-air because it's very strange. He does not like the starport units.
Oh, I mean, he likes Banshees. You gotta grant him that.
True.
But yeah, exactly. It's just Vikings are nice. And
Yeah,
not
they cleaned
only are
up
they
all
great
of these
defensively,
overlords. Look at all the
exactly.
overlords Nucleo has on his side of the map. There's like 8 of them.
A lot of potential vulnerability there, and we are transforming our Hellions.
Alright, looks like Cranky Toast is going to push in here and try to prevent.
I love it. There's no Overseer, it's Captain the Banshee, there's just nothing that can actually shoot it anyway.
Roach is coming
Right,
back.
here, backing up. Yep, backing up the Queens and the Spores.
Banshee get the
Back
queen.
play. Oh, Banshee does go down. It's almost escaped. Now, Mac just requires a lot of income. So I guess
it looks like the tanks are getting in pretty good position here.
They are, and there are more coming.
There's gonna get another 3 set up, it looks like. Very well spread at the moment.
And the Banshee not only dealing damage, but serving spots for the siege tank. I like that a lot.
A lot of Ravagers, but it's going to be hard to get on top of this tank line because this is a big tank line.
Yep. Those Hellbats, they might not be in a position to do a lot of damage, but they can soak quite a bit. And here come the Ravagers from the east side.
No, this is going to be rough for the Zerg to be able to try to knock this down. The tanks are slowly creeping forward, but now they're getting stacked on top of each other, so 1 or 2 vials on that tank line is going to do a lot of damage.
And check out the Medevac that's just there, and they do a little bit of healing on the Hellbats when available.
Hey,
alright, Cranky Toast. Cranky Toast decides that with all those siege tanks over there, it might be the perfect time to attack his opponent's bases.
Yeah, Nucleo moving to the other side of the map, getting damaged because there is no tanks there to defend, and I don't see any planetaries on any of these bases at the moment, so...
9 worker kills, just like that. The siege tanks are making their way forward, but if there's only a few of them, they can just be botted down.
Yeah, 100%.
The Bile.
Oh, yeah, he keeps losing spare tanks here and there. The other tanks are coming home to try to assist, but I don't know how well that's going to work out for him. They're not sieged. That's going to do a lot of damage.
If Nucleo takes this map, he takes the Furies, and one tank after another are going down.
Picks up the Thor, keeps it alive. Yep. A lot of bios on that base again.
And he just got himself hyper-flat rotors, so...
And that one tank from Cranky Toast is shooting the rocks by mistake. That's not really helpful.
Yeah, it's not just destructible plates that can end up accidentally taking your aim move away from you.
+2 melee.
Nucleo has 72 supply.
It's got
and
5
the
Vipers on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a massive supply lead. I do like the attack from Cranky Toast, but I don't think coming home was the decision. I think he needed to keep moving forward and slowly use his reinforcements to push the Zerg out.
Sometimes you gotta work with what you've already got. There just wasn't any way he was gonna save that expansion.
Yeah. And in the end, it really just ended up costing him his units. He didn't really get much done with it. This is a big hole. Nucleo sees it too with that Overlord, but again, a single Viking could have just been chasing these Overlords away and just gonna go for it.
And the Vipers are eating some structures, charging up. They are on their way. Now, they have to... Some of these abilities, they're going to have to get fairly close. The big advantage with a duct is the range of it. Let's try to blue flame and clean up those Zerglings.
That sound from the Thor sounds so awesome, shooting down the Overlord.
Yeah, he does get a little bit of Overlord hunting in.
Trying to make his way to Nucleo's side of the map again. The Lynx find something in the middle of the map. think Cranky Toast are trying to set up on this side. Now he's got a planetary at that base,
Right.
so.
And a planetary at the 6 o'clock base as well. So,
See how this fight goes. There's the blinding clouds.
yeah, let's try to hook it out from under those clouds.
Yeah, he's able to wipe this army again. It's going to be really hard for Cranky Toaster to remake this army because he doesn't have the bank of gas. He's got plenty of minerals, but he doesn't have the gas.
And relying on a lot of units to take a while to produce as well.
They abduct. He said that Thor, you're not leaving.
Couple of Hellbats just to soak at the front.
Producing 5 tanks at a time as well.
He's got the money for it. Yeah, go for it. Just finding any damage they can get wherever they can get it. Keep it a little bit of distance from that ramp while these tanks are. Still finding plenty, just filing down that planetary.
The planetary goes down. I don't think he knows that Cranky has the 6 o'clock base yet, but yeah, if he gets down there to that 6 o'clock base, I think we're gonna start seeing what happened in the last game and Cranky start to run out of steam.
Right, this time he does not have armor for structures. Yeah, ghosts or Vikings, just something to deal with those Vipers. That's the big thing that's been lacking. Thors do okay, but they just don't finish them off fast enough. But yeah, Sniper EMP, or just a handful of Vikings, can really make the difference and keep the Vipers from even getting close enough. Here we go. We are going to class again. 3 of these tanks have not had a chance to siege yet. And when they do, it's right under a blinding cloud that was already set.
And he has found this base.
He has found it.
And the Biles are taking out the SPPs, and there they go. Nuclear's doing really well with the Zerg, with the swarming, and oh, there's Vikings on the field. He's finally adjusting.
He's got a Lurker Den and a Gritter Spire on the way. That 3 o'clock base did not last long.
He's gonna get some damage on these tanks, maybe?
Yeah, I think they were right. I think they were right-clicked through the supply depots, so they didn't get as many attacks as they might have otherwise. But losing a handful of Zerglings, that's no big deal to Nuclear right now.
Yeah, he's in definitely in his comfort zone right now, for sure.
Right, and just kind of add in every structure available just to make sure that he has the options should he want them. He's sitting on a bank of 3,000 minerals, 1,000 gas, so he's got disposable income. Almost maxed out.
Blinding clouds on the tanks again.
Yet again.
He's gonna be able to clean this up and possibly, yeah, Cranky Toast is gonna be struggling to replenish this army.
Each tank's just not getting a lot of opportunity to fire.
Yeah. He finds this base going back up, putting Cranky back to 3 bases again. There's no pocket base this time to help him. 14 SCVs
Cranky
go
Toaster
down.
does have a few Vikings down. At this point, might be too late. He's got families going after the workers. Gets rid of another orbital. There are only 2 bases, and one of them is only mining gas.
Yeah, this is probably going to be GG here. Cranky's not going to be able to replace this army. Lands the Vikings as the last-ditch effort.
I mean,
and
is. Not an ultimate decides to land this brother. Alright.
I have a lot of respect for Cranky Toast calling out Nucleo too, because Nucleo being much higher rated, so it's a very good match.
Alright. Well, we had a couple cheesy matches, then we had matches where there were just blinding clouds galore.
Yeah, I didn't deal with the Vipers, you know. Oh my god. Like, usually the Thors and the Hellions, I can make it like a wall, but I think he's been better at ignoring it and just getting on the tanks right away, because before he was blinding clouding my Hellions and my Thors, and I didn't really do anything, and taking out all the tanks is a lot better idea, I think.
Well,
I
what
got
I'm
Yeah.
some
curious
bias,
about is
but
I noticed you
I didn't
didn't
have
really
to
make
much.
many, obviously, besides the Banshees in the beginning of the game, but the last game we seen you make 2 Vikings finally at the end. Do you not really use starport units? Like,
No,
usually you see
I
some
should.
Vikings mixed in there. It just gave Nucleo such vision. He had like 8 overlords on your side of the map, and he knew
Oh,
everything you were doing, all your positioning and everything. So I think that was a contributing factor.
yeah, I tried to open with the Viking to do like to clear that and just set a patrol, but I want the Banshees out faster so I can do some damage, but you should see how good he went double spore. I know what he was expecting. It
Double
was battle
spore at
cruiser.
2 different bases.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
battle
yeah, we
cruiser. So I
saw
do
that.
play battle cruiser
Yeah,
sometime,
I,
and that's
I
what he was
thought you were
predicting.
going battle cruisers. Like I
Yeah.
misread the situation, but like when you showed up with a banshee, I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah, the whole game I
Yeah.
should be pumping Banshees or Vikings. I'll be honest, the reason why I didn't, I forgot to hit the button on my mouse to move over to the starport. A lot of times when I'm macroing and it was so hectic. So I just kept on pumping tanks and Thors and Hellbats, and the Blinding Clouds really won him like really both games. Just taking out the tanks is super strong, and I don't know, cause like, I guess maybe a switch, you could open Banshee and then switch into Reactored Vikings and just pump Vikings the whole time. The problem is they're useless, until they get
Well,
Vipers.
it's
It's not
not
like they're
many
doing
that
anything
I
else.
think you should get out, even if it was just 1 or 2, because like at one point in that game, like when you watch the replay of that last game, you'll see what I'm talking about. I think that'll
Yeah.
help you out, and maybe some liberators here or there, because getting liberator zones down will definitely help your mech play. I think
Yeah. Maybe I
100%. I
should
know it
transition to that
requires a lot more
faster.
APM, but yeah, I think watching those matches, that's something that you were sorely missing was the starport units.
Mhm. I
I mean,
think
the
I
other
think that
opportunity is
transition.
Ghost, but you need barracks for that.
Yeah, no way, I'm not good enough for
No
Ghost. I don't even
Ghost.
play Ghost with my bio versus, like, Toss, which is the best
Oh.
stat. I don't even do that, so I don't
Ghost
have faith.
control is it's definitely harder, I think.
I can't even, like,
Oh.
F2A move to win, like, I used to versus literally this guy, but, I think he's wised up because 'cause I've played so much mech versus him, like 30, 40 games at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
Cranky plays a specific a specific brand of mech, if you will, where he likes to blow everything up on the ground.
yeah,
But if you
and the
can get
early
around
push worked.
that, like you're okay.
I think you learned a lot because, when I used to play you, when I did that early push, I wanted to push out even though it felt uncomfortable. I had, like, 5 siege tanks. I still wanted to go for it. I think maybe I crawled up too slow, but, I still wanted to go for it because before you just ram your head against it and I win. Like, I kill, like, 100 roaches and boom, game's over, right? The problem is when you don't do that, it doesn't do anything. The
That
The
counterattack,
old
I
is
should have
siege
just kept
tank
going.
line. I'm about to
that is
drop the
everything.
Going would have been
hammer
better.
and dispense some indiscriminate violence.
Yeah. That's what he says, and what?
You gotta click on him a bunch, and I think that one was Brood
Okay.
War.
I've heard it
Brood
before.
War, the equivalent was if Nucleo had gone with a lot of spawn Broodling Queens.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
those were some good games though, man.
Yes, yes.
I
I
definitely
always
had
love
to
playing
work
Infinite
for the
games.
wins, especially in that last one. I for whatever reason I just wasn't at the economy I really wanted to be at. Like I guess like you got in my head a little bit. I'm like one last game, that's all I gotta do. But yeah.
I think I should
Uh,
mix in some bio because I didn't have enough confidence in it, but I feel like just being able to be more aggressive because I always love being aggressive. It's just my mech push. It gets one window to be aggressive. The one I did at like 6 8 minutes with like 5 10, like 5 to 7 siege tanks and like 10 to 20 hellbats. That's my push, and I didn't like. Usually, the way I win these mech games is I do that push and I just keep going. I just keep crawling forward, and he keeps attacking me. Right? Even if he base trades, I think I have to go for the base trade at that point because I can't let it get out of control. When I'm, like, defending, I'm not winning. I think that's in general, like, if you're defending, you're not winning, which, that's what mech's supposed to do. So I
Well,
I
don't
will
in
I
say
game
that
4, you
sometimes. Yep,
oh, go ahead.
go on.
No, I was gonna say in game 4, when you were able to kill his base and you had your siege tank set up and you had the line set up perfectly, he did a run by on, I believe it was your 4th base, and you chose to come home. I
Yeah, it was
think
a
if
third
you would
base.
allowed your reinforcements to push that away, and keep your siege tanks, the ones you had on the front, and slowly march them forward, you would have been probably been able to do a little bit more damage and keep yourself closer into that game. When you came home, essentially all your tanks mostly did was just get eaten up by his
Yeah,
army
yeah,
because they weren't
I remember.
sieged.
That was right.
I do
Um,
remember that moment on the last map you're referring to, right? Yeah.
Yes,
I
it was the
counter
last game.
I counterattacked because I was in a lot of trouble. Like normally by that point in the game, I would already have my hive ready. And wasn't at the economy I wanted to be at. Like I just had a roach heavy army, and even approaching from two angles seemed like it wasn't going to cut it. So I just took my army and attacked the third. The way I saw it is I could let him take my third because I had a fourth and fifth base already up, just not mining. So I just transferred the workers. And then
Yep.
I chose to trade a base for a base. And then my plan was to come back if he kept encroaching. And hopefully by then I would have had higher army supply or maybe the Vipers out. But I
oh, so you
didn't
didn't
know.
want to go for the kill.
No.
Oh.
I don't think you can a lot of the time with Terran, to be honest. Like I feel like in a lot of Terran games you just have to starve them out. And that's how it went this game, I
No,
think.
that's true, yeah. I didn't get any harassment after, like, with Bio you can, like, split off or drop, but, I mean, just really just run Marines across a map, you can't do that with Mech. Especially, like, you're really good with the spine, so, like, the Hellion run-bys don't work, like, Banshees don't work, it'd really be, like, battle cruisers for harassment, and, you know, that kinda sucks. Um,
Yeah, I've lost to
so
it before. But yeah, good
yeah,
games though, dude. That was a good
good games.
series.
Alrighty.
I wanna ask,
Well,
if is there a lot of people signed up to do these show matches?
We do
well,
have a number of show matches, yeah.
Okay.
But we start out with just 3 for today, yeah.
this one's
Alright,
a bit of a test run, so we're
sure.
seeing how much fun they can be. And in the future, we might also be mixing up what types of matches we're doing.
All right.
So,
Well, if you guys like, obviously get the guys who haven't done their matches first, but like, can I sign up for a second one too? Just a rematch?
hey,
That's
yeah, if
no-
you want to call out Nucleo again,
yeah,
that is a
I want
possibility.
to win a series on camera because I do win some games off
Alrighty.
camera, practice. But this makes it more fun, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going
Sounds
to be
good.
moving on to the next one, and so
Right.
who's playing next, by the way?
That would be you and possibly maybe. And I will take
All
over
right.
casting in your place. Um,
Fair enough. So we are putting our own little personal spin on this. We are going to be doing nothing but random, and I have just chosen.
oh,
Honestly, I'm mostly going with some of the more visually pleasing maps that we haven't seen in a very long time, but some of these are going to be unusual.
so is possibly maybe also going random, or are you going random?
No, we're going ZVZ for him. I'm letting my
Okay.
opponents choose what race I play as.
Awesome. Awesome.
To be fair, I did not pick your race. I didn't even call you out. That was a Sergeant ABC thing.
Eh. All right. Well, we are going to be starting on Disco Bloodbath, and you're going to see whether we can actually back up the kind of analysis that we like to suggest when we're casting.
Well, wait, I think you're playing possibly maybe first. Me and you
I
were the
am?
last series.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then forget about that.
Yeah.
Let me
Sorry.
get possibly maybe. Oh, possibly maybe's already in here. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So possibly maybe. I've got a big question for you. How
Okay.
many times have you been to Cedar Point?
I used to work there.
I used to work at Valley Fair over in Shakopee, Minnesota. The two of them were kind of sister amusement parks. Like Cedar Fair was named after those two parks, Cedar Point and Valley Fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, now they're both owned by Six Flags, which I believe is just about to sell off Valley Fair. But hey,
Yeah. I've been quite a few times. A lot.
roller
More.
coaster capital of the world, for those who don't know what I'm talking about. Just hidden there in Ohio.
Yeah. Yep. Middle of a town in the middle of nowhere, up on the coast. That's it. That's all it's known for.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, I believe our first map is going to be Pylon, and we are just going to be sticking with CVZ, right?
So,
Uh,
quick question before you guys go into the
Mhm.
match. So Hyper Turtle. One thing I know about possibly maybe is this guy's favorite matchup is ZVZ. So basically, he's a mad lad. Does this scare you going into this matchup at all?
You know, I've already made my peace, actually. I think ZVZ can go all kinds of different directions. Definitely out of the mirror maps, that's the one that's most susceptible to just build order wins. So I'm gonna do what I do. And if he wins, it's I've still got other fish to fry later.
And possibly, are you going to be testing any new builds on this guy, or you just going to go with your standard play?
Well, we'll have to see. I had a couple that I might have wanted to try here just for the fun of it, but we will have to wait and see.
All right.
All right. And we're waiting for one person to join. Is that Sergeant ABC?
I have not got an invite yet to the lobby or to the party.
Okay.
I think it's also Sergeant ABC who didn't accept because I'm looking at the top and it looks like
he's
Nachos,
still on
Hyper
store
Turtle,
screen.
Nucleo. Yeah.
There we go. So, oh, and we need possibly maybe in the party. That's another issue here. I do need an opponent.
Yeah, I doubt anyone wants to see a versus Elite AI game.
You know, in my achievement hunting, I did my share of them.
Yeah, recently
All
I've been
right.
getting a lot of those achievements as well, just because I've been practicing builds against the AI. I'm like, oh, we got an achievement. Cool.
Huh. Yeah, why not? Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go.
Yep, let's get the right races.
We're going to divide up and.
Good luck, gentlemen.
All right. So first map is gonna be on Pylon. So this is a mirror matchup. I don't know if I have very strong opinions on ZVZ in this map. I think the rush distances are relatively short on this map, which also makes it like somewhat like favorable for Terran. There's some chokes on the map. They get to lurkers. We'll see if that gets used. Yeah, I have no idea what we're about to see here, honestly.
Yeah, I noticed from yesterday with possibly maybe playing, he likes to go early lurkers. I wonder if he's going to do that as well today. It's kind of the one thing I didn't want to bring up until the match started. So I want to see if he's going to do the same kind of build today in a ZVZ.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to seed any ideas into their head. Anyway, let's announce these players. In the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player. His name is
Hyper Turtle.
And he represents the team of okay. Well, all right. Top left. Take it away, JMPZ.
In the top left, we have the blue Zerg. Possibly, maybe.
Possibly, maybe.
Yeah, I figured we could just announce the teams that they play on, but it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a 1v1 show match. All right. Best of 5, yeah. They picked 5 maps, yeah.
Yeah, every show match today will be best of 5.
Yeah. We only have a few show matches, so we want to make sure players could get enough games in without the series ending too quickly. So from Hyper Turtle here, getting the gas like relatively early after his fast expand, but still hasn't put down the pool. I feel like getting the pool, yeah, right around now or a little bit earlier is like fairly common in this matchup, especially to defend against those like early 12 pool hatch cancels or the 12 pools that get followed by banelings. So yeah, Hyper Turtle is definitely playing a very economically optimized build right now.
Yeah, and looking across the map, it looks like there's not going to be any pressure, so he's not going to get punished by a 12 pool or an early pool or anything like that.
Yeah, it could be that like he knows his opponent here. He knows possibly maybe likes to play macro. He even said so in the interview itself. He's not a big cheeser, likes to play the standard game, and I respect that.
Yeah. Looking like both of them are pretty much doing the same build right now. We got Ling Speed by both of them started within a second apart, so we'll have to see if somebody decides to maybe try a Ling Flood or maybe go into the Banelings. But I know me personally, I'm not a fan of the Ling Bane Wars, so
Yeah. Well, I
Man,
think in this matchup, the aggression really kicks up the moment speed is finished. It would be odd to like get a fast expand and then just make a bunch of slowlings and just run across the map. Like this phase of the game is usually the droning stage. It's like you're safe until those lings get wings, and then all bets are off. Speaking of Ling Bane, possibly maybe is getting his Baneling nest. So I think he is intending to play a little bit of that Ling Bane aggression. On Hyper Turtle's side, he doesn't have the Baneling nest, so really all he'll be able to defend with is queens, potentially a wall off if he chooses to make one, and just a lot of lings.
and that's a lot more lings on the production tab from possibly maybe, and it looks like 4 banelings. So we are definitely going to see some aggression here from possibly maybe coming in.
Yeah.
I think he's using that interview to throw off Hyper Turtle. You know what? He did make 6 drones now, so he made a couple units, but not as much as I thought he would.
Yeah, just checking the view of the observer right now. It looks like we have lings in the natural. A wall was started. It looks like the drones are getting in on the action here. One queen goes down, and the other queen doing a lot of good DPS from the back. But there are banelings with this army, so this gets scary really quickly if those banelings decide to connect with those juicy drones. And they're stacked! Eight drones go down in an instant. A very good hit from possibly maybe.
Yeah, he's up 12. He's up 12 drones now, even with everything that happened with the extra units he made to make that attack happen. So yeah, he's definitely taking a lead. But Hyper Turtle does have a 3rd base, so he should be able to have more larvae to pump out. But I don't know if he's going to have the money.
Yeah, it's like at this stage of the game, like you need to balance a very fine line between making enough units to not survive and recouping the losses that you took with the drones. Yeah, like you mentioned, like the extra 3rd base is going to help him there with a passive larva, and it looks like he's putting on his own aggression. If he can cancel this base on the other side, it'll reduce the larva that possibly maybe has at his disposal. He runs away from the Baneling, good move. He just needs one Ling to assassinate that Baneling, though.
Yeah, if he could get that Baneling down and get onto that base.
Oh,
okay,
and the big hit there. About half of his lings go down.
So
Meanwhile, possibly maybe he's running behind this.
Yeah, he can still push these lings off. If he can get this base, he'll be in good shape.
Yep,
But
and
3rd finishes.
Yep. So,
A
bunch
lot
of
of roaches
roaches
from
being
both
produced.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this is about like half saturation on the natural. I wonder if possibly maybe we'll choose to turn more roaches or just choose to fully saturate his natural in 3rd and go into a macro game from here.
He's starting both upgrades, Carapace +1 attack and roach speed. So if he gets all of this and Hyper Turtle doesn't, it's going to be really rough for Hyper Turtle moving forward. Because I'm not sure, but I don't even think Hyper Turtle has a lair yet.
Yep.
He doesn't. So he can't get roach speed. So if those roaches get caught on the other side of the map, he's just going to get chased down. And a Ling coming in here to the scout, sees the 3rd up for Hyper Turtle, sees the drones, so it might give him a false sense because he sees the drones at the 3rd. He might think that his natural is fully saturated here. He might be misreading the game here because now he's sending a Ling run by to the other side of the map. But Hyper Turtle sees it.
Yeah, I wonder what defenses Hyper Turtle will have in his natural to dissuade this. Hyper Turtle does take the aggression to the natural there, attacks the making upgrades. Looks like a few roaches are in the back there, and along with any queens. Hyper Turtle looks like he's targeting the roach warren here.
This could be big.
Yeah, canceling roach speed would be huge. Canceling the ability to make roaches also huge, but 9 roaches are already in production here. I think he's just going to get surrounded and lose this army. He lost a fair amount of the roaches while targeting that roach warren as well. So it was a good snipe, like a good idea, but like when the army is there and positioned, ready to punish it, I don't know if it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I think if he would have sniped the roach warren and backed out, he would have been probably much better here because he didn't get many drone kills, and definitely going to be rough for him at the moment because there's 20 roaches probably marching to his side of the map.
Yeah, this could be a kill moment here from possibly maybe if he recognizes the position he's in right now.
And he will finish Carapace. I'm not sure if in the Roach v Roach, the Carapace is the better upgrade or the attack is, but yeah, he's definitely marching his Roach army to the other side of the map, which Hyper Turtle does see with his Overlords.
Yeah, typically the attack upgrade is the preferable one in Roach v Roach, but the armor upgrade does help a little bit. Like having +1 armor helps out a tad bit, but really plus what the state you want to get to is +2 Roach attack.
Yeah, Hyper Turtle
Those
knows
are
this is coming with
decimating.
these spine crawlers getting dropped at his third. He knows there's going to be a big army coming his way, and he's still down about 10 roaches.
Yeah, he has a couple
another
Ravagers,
That
so
definitely
maybe
will
with
help
like
him.
really nice hits.
Yeah. And with the links with speed, definitely push away some of these roaches.
Yeah. So it actually turns out that the upgrade that finished for possibly maybe was Carapace, which actually helps out even more versus the links than than the attack does in particular.
Got a little battle here in the middle, but I possibly maybe his Roach Speed's almost done again, and I don't think Hyper Turtle has a lair still. I think he is bypassed the lair still.
Yeah, possibly maybe he's just leading in tech in general. A Lurker Den just finished for possibly maybe. So yeah, he has the capability to build Hydras, capability to build Lurkers. Yep, one Hydra starts on the production tab right away. It looks like the transition into Lurkers is imminent. Without enough Ravagers to really punish the rangeless Lurkers, this could be a very dicey position for Hyper Turtle if the Lurkers get a good position.
Yeah, and that was what I was saying earlier. Is I know possibly maybe really likes his Lurkers, so I definitely
Who
expect a
doesn't?
lot of them to come out. He
I don't know. I don't know what we Zerg players did before Lurkers.
Yeah, I don't know either. And here comes another attack by possibly maybe before the Lurkers were done, but yeah, it pulls back the Lings from Hyper Turtle, but he's gonna walk on his own biles! That was really rough, Mike.
And hit the Ravagers too. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it did a lot. Oh, he's
okay, good dodge there, but he's walking into more DPS here. That's the tricky part. Like the numbers just favor possibly maybe here.
And the upgrade just finished, +1 attack, and yeah, I think this is going to be critical mass. I don't see Hyper Turtle being able to defend this.
Maybe with the right transfuses on the spine crawlers, but no, those queens go down right away.
Yeah, he's going to be able to push his way in here. He's got 20 roaches on the production tab. Hyper Turtle.
We got the GG.
There is the GG.
So yeah, game 1 goes possibly maybe's way.
I can definitely see why possibly maybe he likes Flowboard Zerg. He seemed to be really comfortable in that and how it played out.
I do wonder if we'll see a little bit more of the Lingbane versus Lingbane in the next game. Like, so Hyper Turtle, I thought, was caught a little defenseless in the early game, and he was just playing catch up the whole time. I wonder what his choice of defense is going to be in the second map. Is it going to be a wall? Is it going to be a Baneling nest of his own? Is it going to be fast roaches? Like, what is the adaptation that Hyper Turtle will do?
Yeah, he lost those 12 early workers, and that's really what set him behind. In a mirror match, being behind 12 workers, especially when it's 31-19, you're going to be playing catch up the whole time. And we saw that with the tech that possibly maybe was able to push out.
Yeah. You know, it just occurred to me that like it feels like every player, at least Terran and Zerg in general, it feels like all Terran and Zerg players, like they know how to split for like one reason or another, right? And I think the common thing between them is Banelings, right? So like Terran split like to avoid Banelings and Zerg split to avoid Banelings, just on their drones. Anyway, in the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player. His name is
Hyper Turtle.
And in the top left, we have the blue Zerg player, and he is...
Possibly, maybe.
Oh. Okay. Is this a 15 extractor trick, or is this an early pool with gas? Starting to look more like an early pool.
Yeah, especially because, no, double gas.
Oh,
no,
okay. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, we're going to see some shenanigans here.
Hive rush?
Yeah. Seems like he mistakenly forgot he made the extractor already. That's the problem when you get yourself into the same build over and over again. Well, he does have the second extractor down still, so yeah, I'm
I think this is gonna be a really aggressive Ling Bane attack.
yeah, I definitely can see that for sure.
So yeah, Hyper Turtle playing standard. I believe he went hatch first. Yeah, this I'm not sure if you need this much gas if you're going to do Ling Bane. Like, do you think this might be like early Ravagers?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see if he researches Ling speed. Now
Oh,
he's going early there.
oh,
Wait, is he
Nidus?
going not either
Nidus?
Nidus or Swarm Host? Maybe he's trying some Swarm Host shenanigans here?
Maybe.
Because he still doesn't have a second, and when Hyper Turtle gets over there and sees that the second hatchery is not done, the alarm bells need to be ringing. Something's up.
Do you think Hyper Turtle can just Ling flood him here? So like Hyper Turtle's just playing standard, so he's got the hatchery. He'll have the extra larva. He has the spawning pool. Obviously, he'll be getting speed. I assume. Yep, speed starts right away. Obviously there's no wall here. He can't even creep to wall. So do you think he just Ling floods here to punish this like super fast tech?
He still doesn't have a queen either, so that's a bunch of larvae that possibly maybe's missing. So it looks like one roach on the way. Let's see if he flies his overlord in. He seems to be flying his overlord in, so he will see this lair.
Yeah.
He should see the lack of queen. He should see the lack of everything besides a roach horn. And there's the infestation pit. I really, really think he's going for Swarm Host.
Yeah, I think this might be the play. Okay, so possibly maybe does have a cheese or two, or is this a cheese or an all-in? Okay. There's the Nidus Canal. I don't know what's going on anymore. Wait, no, it's a Nidus Canal Swarm Host attack,
Yep,
I believe.
yeah.
So he's gonna go left, right, sending waves of units at Hyper Turtle.
And he's got that overlord positioned outside of Hyper Turtle's main base, like in the top corner. I think Hyper Turtle's actually sending an overlord out there to look for that overlord at the moment.
Yeah, so the Hyper Turtle did see the lair. He sees the Nidus Canal. Losing a bit of these links just for the scout, but he doesn't see the infestation pit, so I don't think he has the complete picture here. To him, this is probably just a roach attack, and now possibly maybe is positioning a few roaches at the ramp right there, walling off, so Lings would have a very hard time getting in now.
Yeah, and he is chasing away this Overlord Overseer, and he's attacking it with his queen right now, so this Overseer is going to pop. But I don't know how well this Nidus is going to work if Hyper Turtle can keep his vision here. He did get supply block, though, so that's kind of rough for Hyper Turtle at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like that's an Overseer now, so it's going to be able to just like move around, be slightly tankier too. I think they're slightly tankier. Drop a Changeling, and yeah, it looks like the Nidus Canal is probably going to go like right next to the main here. Yep,
there it is.
I love that little nook on this map. Like if you position the Nidus Scout even further to the right, like no one ever thinks to check that area for a Nidus.
Yeah, he does not see the Changeling at the moment. He does see the Overseer.
Now he gets the alert for sure. But he doesn't know what's coming out of the Nidus yet.
Yeah, he's going to see it right now. I think these are going to attack the third, and I think we're going to see either a cancel or a kill.
Yeah, so it's only,
that was a cancel just in time.
Okay, good cancel, good cancel. It's only 3 Swarm Hosts right now. More are in production. So
yep.
I think the way that you counterplay like this is you just take your army and like after you hold a wave, run and attack them. Because if you can force them to use the Swarm Hosts defensively as opposed to offensively, it's way less of a headache. You basically pin the army back at their base, and then you get complete control over the map. Then you decide how you want to attack them.
There's a Nidus going up in Hyper Turtle's main, and he does not see it.
No, okay.
These Swarm Hosts are going to get out.
This has the potential to kill tech. Oh, no, the Swarm Hosts are out as well. This could kill tech, kill workers. I wonder what he's going to go for. Oh, queens.
He's running with the queens. He runs with his workers. This is actually, you know what? He's going to lose a lot of queens here, but honestly, I think that's probably what would have been best for him. Oh, don't lose these roaches. Don't lose these roaches. Run away, run away, run away.
A lot of lost mining town on the workers themselves. And some lings being made right now. 14 lings in production for Hyper Turtle here. I guess, like, if the lings get a good surround, I suppose, like, I think they could dispatch a lot of these Swarm Hosts. Oh, Hyper Turtle's getting right on top of the Swarm Host right now, actually.
He got into the main.
Come on.
He just needs to run when the Swarm Hosts come out.
Yep.
He just needs to run and not engage.
Yep.
He's got a lot of roaches on the other side too. As long as he doesn't engage this, if he kills the Nidus, that'll shut that down. So yeah, he has a chance here.
Great snipe. We got the
GG.
GG.
He stopped it.
There we go.
GG. I was really worried for Mexico there when he got the Nidus down in the main, but he fooled me. He sent the unit to the other side. He saw a hole and he took it.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Possibly, maybe decided that this was going to be the map to do this build on, but he was up a point. So, like tournament psychology, you're up a point, you can gamble. Right now, you're just even.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to proceed from a situation like that than to be down 0-2 and have to reverse sweep your opponent.
That was exactly like my first week in this season of FSL when I won the first map against Pork Sizik, I believe I played. The second map I decided to go for a 12 pool because, well, I felt like that was going to be something that caught him off guard, and sure enough, it was.
Yeah. I died to 12 pools, or well, maybe not die, but I die to I lose my hatch to 12 pools all the time because I'm a good ZVZ player. Good boy.
It's one of my favorite builds on the ladder for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't earn me a lot of points when I lose my hatchery like that. No good boy points for me.
Yeah. They don't save some of your MMR. Okay, map 3 looks like Old Republic, so we don't have to worry about that third being far away and the creep spread and all that fun stuff being a ZVZ. They pretty much are both going to be in the same boat.
Yeah. A large, very macro-ish map. Alright. In the bottom left, we have the red Zerg player. Score is 1-1 right now. His name is...
Hyper Turtle.
And in the upper right, we have the blue Zerg. And he is...
Possibly, maybe.
Oh, we control the camera?
Yeah, I've been following your camera, Nucleo, most of the time.
Oh, okay. But I'm not the one streaming, right? Oh,
No,
I
no,
see.
but
I
he
see what
just
you mean.
follows
I
you.
see what you mean. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Got you. Okay. I'm a little slow this morning.
It's all good.
I thought you did a great job during the Saturday's event.
Yeah, he followed Hyper Turtle.
Okay, that's your secret. Okay, all right.
All right, looks pretty standard so far.
Yep.
Spawning pools within 5 seconds of each other.
This looks like hatch gas pool for both players. Hyper Turtle hasn't quite started mining gas yet, so I feel like this is a little bit of a mistake in ZVZ. Really, like, you don't want to saturate your minerals. Well, you want to prioritize saturating your gas over your minerals in ZVZ because just having that ling speed like a few seconds earlier could mean the difference between losing all of your lings or losing half your lings. It's just not a position you want to be in. Just having fast units in ZVZ, great move.
Yeah, always going to be better. And Hyper Turtles, is
Oh.
he going for a proxy hatch here?
I think he snuck that in. I don't think... Well, I mean,
No, I don't
possibly,
think
maybe,
he saw
probably
it.
saw it, but I don't know. I don't know if he like realized it's still in his base.
Yeah, he might have saw it, but I don't think he realized it, is what I'm gonna say. Is he gonna make a spore crawler and try to do some damage? Or
Maybe if he puts it
spy
at the
crawler?
edge of the creep, he can it can
Sneak
go
it in?
undetected. He is making a ton of lings behind this. His speed is significantly later than possibly maybe's, and possibly maybe already has the Baneling nest on the way. So it looks like he's just going for some 2-base ling Bane play. I still don't know what this
lose
drone
that
is.
Overlord. If he loses that Overlord, it's gonna probably shut down any sort of aggression he had coming. He needs to hide that Overlord.
and possibly maybe does see the lings moving around across the map. I'm not sure if he clocked exactly how many lings there were. But yeah, a ton of lings running across the map for a Hyper Turtle right now, and a full wall is being made at the front by possibly maybe. I believe this is a complete wall.
Oh, he's trying to drop the spine crawler right in vision.
Oh, but he left his lings on the other side of it, so he's going to lose significant supply here. Oh, but Hyper Turtle doesn't target the banelings. He could totally get the banelings right now. Yeah, he's giving these banelings so much time to start. Because like he saw the banelings being morphed, so he should have been able to recognize that he could have targeted all of those and prevented the banelings from even coming up. But yeah, that spine crawler is gonna spell. Yeah, it's completed the wall, and yeah, the rest of those egos we can prevent these units from entering.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for Hyper Turtle. I think he had the right idea. I think he built the spine crawler too close to the queen in the main, so the queen started attacking it, and it was able to just kill it. So
good call.
He wasn't able to do anything. Yeah, he was slowly dying, and I just learned something new today, that if a queen attacks a spine crawler that's building, it will kill it.
Yep. Queens with their subpar ground DPS, but yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. I thought it would build faster and stay alive, but no, it didn't. But look at taking stock of everything with the full wall and everything. He is definitely up again about 10 workers, but Hyper Turtle has a massive army of 24 links, but he's not going to be able to get much done with them.
Yeah, especially since banelings are in the equation right now. Like, let's say like Hyper Turtle does break down possibly maybe his wall. There's 2 banelings ready to greet him. Maybe with like some immaculate micro, like he can get these banelings to detonate on only like 1 link at a time. But without that, like I just don't see how he's going to be able to do damage with these links right now. And yeah, that's really the trade-off between like making a ton of workers early. It's not like Hyper Turtle took any damage himself. He just made a lot of units.
Yeah, like those 24 links could be 12 drones right now, and if there were 12 drones, he would be the exact same amount of workers.
Yeah.
He can maybe slow down, possibly maybe third with this, but it's still going to be rough. He's still going to have to try to avoid the banelings that look like they're in the middle of the map. Yeah, they're in the middle of the map. I don't know if he's going to look for some damage or maybe find those into some lings, but I think Hyper Turtle knows they're there. He's chasing away our Overlord right now, but here they come towards Hyper Turtle.
So yeah, Hyper Turtle targets something else, and the rest. Yeah, the banelings run into a clump of lings there. More efficient than that needed to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now we just have a handful of lings here. I'm not sure even those handful of lings could delay possibly maybe his third when he chooses to take it. But it looks like possibly maybe he's not actually looking to take a third. It looks like he's looking to mass roaches right now and probably push across the map.
Yeah, looking at the production tab right now, you're seeing a bunch of roaches in production. You're going to see probably over 15 roaches to 0, and anytime in ZVZ, that's never going to go well for the person with 0 roaches.
Yeah. I mean, situationally, maybe if a lot of lings get a great surround on this, but yeah, we don't have a lot of lings anymore, that's for sure. It looks like this attack is going to be timed up with +1 attack at the very least. +1 carapace lagging behind a little bit, but that's normal in this matchup.
Hyper Turtle starting a Spire, but I'm finally starting his Roach Swarm. But man, he's making a lot of lings, but I don't think this is enough to deal with this ball of roaches. This is 16 roaches and a Ravager coming to his side of the map, and he is going to be in a world of hurt here.
So possibly maybe gives him a little bit reprieve. He does F2 back a little bit towards the third because there was a ling there disrupting his third going down. But yeah, he goes right back to attacking, and it looks like, yeah, there's just so many units here. Oh, looks like the drones are getting in on the action as well, but yeah, there's a lot of DPS with this army. It's just not enough.
The queens, yeah, he's gonna get this third base down. Hyper Turtle's gonna lose these queens.
So Hyper Turtle does have the Spire coming up very shortly, but yeah, with those roaches right here, they'll be able to do the damage before the units even come out.
I think he's trying to save his larva for the mutas, but I don't think that's gonna happen. He loses the Roach Warren.
He's got about 1k gas and 1k minerals in the back, so like theoretically he could get out 10 mutas here, but yeah, now even more workers going down now, trying to defend this. I think we might see the GG pretty soon. 6 mutas in production right now. And the layer goes down.
I'm gonna try to hold on to the mutos.
Oh, and another, yeah, possibly maybe also throws down his own muta, his own Spire as well. I'm not sure if that was counter perspective mutas. I'm not sure if he knew that those were coming or not. But yeah, it looks like this game maybe I think pretty soon. We got the GG.
GG. 2-1, possibly, maybe. I definitely like the cheese that Hyper Turtle was going for this game. I just think the execution is a little bit off. I think if he would have got that Spine Crawler down, got those moves in there earlier, I think he would have been
Yeah, I totally agree. Especially if Hyper Turtle recognized that he could have target fired those Banelings instead of letting possibly maybe his defense go up. I think that would have been a huge game changer, honestly. So that would make the score 2-1 now, I believe. So this is a best of 5. Possibly maybe just needs one more point. This is Old Republic again.
maybe he messed up.
Yeah, this might be a remake. I believe the next map in the series was going to be Post Youth?
Post Youth, yeah, I think it was Post Youth.
Yeah. Maybe Hyper Turtle just said, rematch me now. Came back. Okay.
Yeah, he said remake.
Okay.
Oh, fastest StarCraft match in history. Possibly, maybe, just one.
So yeah, Post Youth, another interesting map. That map came from the map pool with Crimson Court. What else was in it? Ghost River. I think like it was notoriously like a Terran favored map pool. This map is interesting though. It's huge. That's one thing. There's a fair amount of gold bases on the map. It does have its fair share of chokes, which is why that's the Terran favored part of it. But yeah, I guess like a macro player's dream here, really.
Yeah, I've had to play this map twice this season in FSL, so I am starting to learn this map very well.
Yeah. The interesting thing about this map is there's also a mineral wall, which we'll show once we get into game. I have been cheesed by a Zerg player in a ZVZ where they brought a few workers just to mine that out and then send the lings into my base.
Yeah, that's never fun.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. All right, let's see if Hyper Turtle takes this.
All right, in the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player down 1 point right now. His name is
Hyper Turtle.
And in the upper right, we have the blue Zerg, and he is
Possibly, maybe.
Yeah. So the natural being taken by possibly maybe here. This map does have a natural within the base itself. It's relatively secure just to take this base, but it only has 5 mineral patches, 3 of them being gold minerals. So the trade-off here is you get like the extra income relatively early on, but this mines out faster than a normal base would. And it looks like both players elect to take that base. The alternative would be taking a slightly further natural expansion outside of your base down the main ramp right here. And then expanding that way, saving these resources as maybe the 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, when I played this match in a ZVZ against Judge Faye a few weeks ago, he took that bottom base and I took the one inside my main. And when I saw that, I decided to put some pressure on it because I thought the distance between the bases would give me an advantage, and it kind of turned out to be like an even exchange. So definitely either choice is fine.
Yep. The other expansion position has two avenues of attack as well. So it's difficult to cover all bases. It's relatively wide open, so you could choose to punish someone taking that on the low ground, of course. So 8lings in the production tab for possibly maybe here. So it looks like he mined just enough gas for speed, put those guys back on minerals, and now he's just ling flooding. It's as Green Pyre would say. You know what he would
It
say?
looks like a big lean flood. No, I do not know. What would he say?
It's ling o'clock.
Okay. So Hyper Turtle maybe sees this because he's bringing his drones to the front. It looks like he's going to try to. No, he stopped. I thought he saw it. Yeah, it looks like he's going to try
Yeah,
to
he
wall.
sees it. Yeah, I think his first Overlord saw the lings moving down across the map, and he's attempting to make a full wall right now.
Yeah, he's not making that other part of the wall though.
There we go. Okay, he likes to save his minerals and put down a Roach Warren there instead. Looks like Hyper Turtle's targeting down the Roach Warren specifically. It's the weakest building in the structure right now.
He needs to get these queens to the front as soon as possible and start killing some of this DPS.
Great, good call. Yeah, the extra DPS really whittles down the lings before they even make. It looks like those lings are going to bust through, unfortunately, though.
Here they come.
And there's no backup wall ready.
He does have 10 lings in production. He needs to pull back.
Yeah, maybe pull back to a choke. You get the drones involved. A little late on the pullback. Now the DPS isn't there. The drones are going to die faster than they need to. Oh, it looks like no drones actually went down. Maybe one went down, but a lot of them are very weak.
He's making roaches too. He should be able to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a few roaches.
Get those roaches in the front.
He made 2 Roach Warrens?
Yeah, he made double Roach Warrens.
Oh, I totally missed that. Okay, I guess that was a genius move.
Yeah, very
if you know you're gonna lose it, I suppose. Yep, and possibly maybe he's like committing to this aggression. I don't think Hyper Turtle took that much economic damage here. Let's check the drone count. Yeah, it looks like they're roughly equal. Okay, I mean, so Hyper Turtle just going back into droning, so is possibly maybe. It's difficult to say who really came out ahead on this. I mean, possibly maybe does have the map control right now, just because those lings are threatening to pounce on anything. Yep. Just checking to see what he's got at the front there.
Yeah, and Hyper Turtle definitely in this game for sure. I thought it was gonna be a lot rougher there, but losing those queens, that's the one thing that he's gonna have to replace as soon as possible. But it looks like he's just doubling down, making more roaches. He's probably gonna push to the other side of the map and try to use this big roach number. But the scary part of that is if he does that, that could leave the front door open for possibly maybe.
Yeah. It looks like a spine crawler is going down there at the front. Hyper Turtle could sniff this out. He knows the lings are sharking around out there. If he recognizes that, he could just make a full wall after he pushes. He won't be able to reinforce unless he takes down that wall, obviously. But doing so is a good way to make sure you don't get counterattacked.
Yeah, 100%. He seems to be taking the roaches out. It's 9 roaches. So, yeah, possibly maybe trying to get in, but he's got more lings and roaches at the wall. And the spine crawler
is finished as well. If possibly he's not paying attention, he's losing a lot of supply here for not a great reason. Meanwhile, Hyper Turtle pushes across the map with what looks like it to be about 9 roaches, 8 to 9 roaches. Now possibly maybe he does have the Roach Warren, but it's later than Hyper Turtle's, obviously. He's also got +1 attack on the way, which means that's less roaches for the defense.
Let's see how this engagement goes.
Yep. Hyper Turtle gets right on top of the roaches. He needs to recognize that those are spine crawlers and take them down.
He's taking them down, but possibly maybe the reinforcements are now starting to pop.
Yep.
I like the focus by Hyper Turtle. He's focusing the roaches and then switching to the spines. He needs to stay away from that spine.
Even trying to morph Ravagers with the weaker roaches. It looks like one spine crawler does go up. Lings are being made by Hyper Turtle, but they're not part of the main army force, and they're not rallying across the map right now.
Yeah, he's gonna lose these roaches on this side, so we're taking stock after the fact. It looks like pretty even on the army front, but possibly maybe does have a lead on the drones.
Yeah. Yeah, so 2 of those spine crawlers went down, so it looks like the only workers that were killed, I believe, were just the workers that were made into spine crawlers. So very solid defense from possibly maybe. It looks like Hyper Turtle still doesn't have Ling speed, and Lings are still a solid part of his army. But it looks like he's going for round 2 of this aggression. The only
He does have
problem is...
+1 attack.
Oh, yep. Yep, good call. Hyper Turtle does have +1 attack here, so his roaches are slightly better. He's even trying to bile down the... Yep. He's trying to bile down the spine crawler to avoid having to fight it.
Good bile.
Good bile, but I'm not sure if he has the volume to really fight the rest of the army here.
I don't think so. I think he needs to get out of here.
Yeah.
One roach didn't get the memo. He's got 12 more lings in production, and without speed, like you said before, it's going to be rough. Looks like possibly maybe it's just going straight army plus roach speed. Looks like Hyper Turtle's pumping out a few drones and some lings, so we'll see how this turns out. But he's definitely still in some more roaches now, so I would like to see Hyper Turtle try to drop a third and get back into droning, because he's not going to be able to break this.
Yeah, it looks like the economic lead is widening for possibly maybe. He's closing the upgrade gap, and he's also getting roach speed, which just makes your roaches so much better.
Yeah, and I don't think Hyper Turtle even has a low.
Yeah, maybe with some immaculate biles like this next fight could go Hyper Turtle's way. But otherwise, I agree with you. Getting down the third and just trying to transition Turtle up a bit and try to transition into a macro game from here.
Yeah, he's doing that decision where you do like half and half, and it usually doesn't really work out well for you.
Yeah. So yeah, possibly maybe has a bit of a spy following Hyper Turtle's army. An imposter is among us.
Yeah, he definitely has vision of the army.
So Aspire is going down for possibly maybe as well, so really diversifying his tech options here. I don't know how you feel about mutas in ZVZ. Like, good, bad, as in like hard to hold, or really good for damage? What do you think?
I feel like at the higher level, they're really, really good, but I feel like at the lower level, it's a lot harder to get the damage you need with them and to be able to hold off the ground army. So if you can get the damage with them and, you know, get a big ball, you're fine. But if at the same time, while you're doing that, you got a massive amount of roaches coming towards your base and you invested in a bunch of mutas, it's really hard for you to hold those roaches.
Yeah. I really think that, like, yeah, like you have that like timing attack window where you can do your damage with roaches, but once like a significant amount of mutas are out, that window is completely closed. You can't even be on the map really, unless like you somehow sidelined your opponent and they just had no idea that your units were there. First few mutas are out here in very low numbers. So this is 2 base muta. A third is being taken for possibly maybe as well. Yeah, not a lot of gas you can really mine, especially when half of your resources are in roaches as well.
Hyper Turtle also took a third, but he took a strange third. So I don't know if he's going to see this. And he's got a bunch of drones transferring there, but he now sees the mutas. So I wonder if we see a bunch of spore crawlers come down. And I hope he does not run these army into his base. I hope he just... Oh, no, the mutas are going to see it. And that's free reign for the mutas.
Yeah, these 7 workers here. Oh, more workers join up on the third. It looks like all of them will go down. That's brutal.
That is so brutal for Hyper Turtle. He was actually ahead in the workers at that moment, and then possibly maybe just evened it off.
Yeah.
Looking at the production tab, I do not see any sort of spores being made for these mutas.
22 lings are in production here, and these are still slow lings. Hyper Turtle is trying to counterattack here, so it looks like he'll try to cancel the third base. But yeah, I feel like things are looking pretty grim for Hyper Turtle here. These next 22 lings, oh, they do have speed now, and there is a Hydralisk Den on the way as an answer to the mutas. But yeah,
going into mutas as well, but he's not going to have the critical mass that possibly maybe does, and possibly maybe's also researching +1 flyer attack, so this is going to be really hard for Hyper Turtle to hold.
Yeah, so it looks like there's only going to be about 7 mutas, only 4 of them at the front right here. I think Hyper Turtle actually does have the muta, he also has a lot of queens here, targeting down the rest of them. But yeah, he has no answer for the ground.
Yeah,
Like the army is here and it's
it
killing
for a
everything.
while.
Yeah. Mutas with those glaive bounces, no upgrades on mutas just yet. But yeah, like roaches are armored units as well. They take a while to kill this.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough for Hyper Turtle. He's trying to focus down the other mutas and the Ravager, and he lost the Spire now. He does have 7 more mutas in production. I would like him to kill these other mutas though, so that his mutas are untouched. But yeah, he's gonna lose his lair and completely the tech reset here.
Yep.
Down to 1 base.
Yeah, he continues just chasing these roaches around, but yeah, 27 workers have gone down, 28, and yeah, the rest of the last base is down, GG.
To 12 drones over there.
Yeah, super unlucky. Welcome back, players. Welcome back. Yeah, so I think we got a lot of interesting games there. I think game number 1 was probably the most normal. What was going through your heads during that game?
I lost a bunch of workers early on. I wasn't able to catch up.
Yeah, I think that was generally the story of the game. Possibly, maybe, yeah. I think you typically don't play the Baneling game, or at least last time I talked to you. You typically like to skip right into roaches. Was there a change of heart going into this match?
Yeah, so I actually changed up completely where I get a baneling nest every ZVZ now. So
Awesome.
no longer do we skip the banelings because I got burnt too many times doing so.
Yeah, yeah. Just having a few banelings there to blow everything up. Yeah, super clutch. So yeah, game 2 was probably the most interesting one. I wasn't expecting that. Like to mine that much gas so early. To go for, I think you went for roaches first, and then a lair, and then an infestation pit, and then it was a
Nidus
Nidus
right
canal, all on one base. Yeah. Is this something that you've been practicing on the ladder?
No, actually, it's something that's been used against me, and I just, for some reason, I can't defend it. But I didn't do it exactly how it's done against me, so there's some tweaks that I need to make to it. But it's one of those things that I have an issue with. So I figured I'd just try it just for the heck of it.
Yeah, and Hyper Turtle, I think you had the perfect response there.
I've dealt with that one before.
Awesome.
And it was unlike some of the other games where if your opponent ends up with more of what you already have, it's pretty much over no matter what. But if you've got a different answer all ready to go, you just take advantage of the cooldown of those swarm hosts.
Exactly, yeah. They have a pretty long period where they just can't do anything, and if you could force them to be used defensively, that's gravy. Yeah, game number 3. Post youth, that ramp is kind of brutal. I was worried for you a little bit during that time, possibly, maybe, but yeah, you threw down 3 spine crawlers, and there weren't like additional reinforcements coming over, and you had a very solid
one.
That was game 4.
Oh yes, you guys are completely right. Game 3 was on Old Republic. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, what were your how were your thoughts during that game?
I was very nervous when I seen all the lings. I'm like, oh crap! I got to put up a quick triple evil wall and put a spine up there, and more for a couple bangs and just hope that it's enough.
I think you did more than a couple there. Yeah, you had like 6 banelings forming at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hyper Turtle. I think you had like some really solid aggression in that game as well. But yeah, unfortunately, like possibly maybe just had like a little too much time to get his defenses up.
Yep.
I think the real surprise that game was I looked up to my main and my queen was attacking a spine it was building. I'm like, what the heck? When did that drone get in my base?
Yeah, we were tracking
Yeah.
that. We were tracking
It was
that work. That was a
unfortunate.
cheeky play.
I learned something new, that if you're building a spine crawler, that if just the queen attacks it, it will kill it before it finishes. I never knew that. I thought you had to hit it with
The
a couple
idea
units.
was to get my lings into the main by the time it started.
Yeah.
So the wall just
The
Yeah,
idea was
kinda null and
great.
void.
I like the idea though.
Yeah. And then, yeah, obviously that last game, similar themes. Hyper Turtle brought out a little bit of aggression. But yeah, possibly May was just able to like establish a very solid defense and tech switch into a few different ways. And then I think the game kind of, but
Not
yeah,
a lot of free-base play in that series, I noticed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not much at all.
No, yeah, there's a lot of two base, but that third game, I will say, that was a very early aggression for me, and I thought I had it until all of a sudden I seen roaches. I'm like, he made double roach warren at his wall. I was not
Yep.
expecting that.
We didn't expect that either.
Yeah,
You completely pulled Nucleo with that. He was like, "Wait a minute, there's another roach warren." So yeah, it was definitely not what we expected. It was smart though.
I thought that was going to be a triple Evo wall. I'm like, Hyper Turtle, put down the last Evo, put down the last Evo. And I'm like, oh, he put down a Roach Warren. Okay, like that.
Once for speed, once for tunneling claws. You
There
always
you
want
go.
two roach
Double
warrens.
upgrades.
Yeah. It's Genius is often misunderstood. But yeah,
In
he
general, I
lost
think it
lost
was
one
pretty
of the
clear
Roach
that
Warrens, but
possibly
he still
maybe
was
just
able to make
practices
it.
with Zerg a little bit more than I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, solid games, guys. Solid games.
yeah,
Uh,
good games.
yeah. And next series we'll be going into is another Hyper Turtle match, a Hyper Turtle double feature. Hyper Turtle versus JMPZ.
Yeah, we're gonna go in that right now. So I got to get creative with my map picks, especially now that Blizzard has finally, finally got around to restoring everything they lost in November. So we are gonna go for a nice little tour of some of the more interesting from Blaze the Void. Hopefully this goes to game 5 so we can look at all of them.
I am a fan of very weird maps. If you know Craig from Shoeshiner's Fight Night, he'll do show matches with all the people who want to participate, and they're always on the strangest maps imaginable.
Yeah, I would
some maps even
definitely like to
generate.
team up with him a little bit more. My friend Blamyoja got me in touch with them, so two great minds might think weirdly.
Yeah, sounds about right. Hyper Turtle, for this
Yep.
random v random, I usually just say my race in the beginning of the game. Do you want to do the same, or do you want to just keep it
Oh
silent? It's up to
no.
you.
Well, on ladder, when my opponent asks for my race, I usually just block them.
Okay.
So
So we'll keep it
that
interesting.
if you're all right with that, although maybe I
No,
won't block
whatever
you, I
you want
still
to
want you
do.
to be able to see me say GG.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I will we won't say races.
Okay, and there's still one person we're waiting for.
Leave
Yeah, I
it up
don't
to
know who
fate.
it is.
Um,
It's got to be Sergeant, right?
I think it's Sergeant.
Maybe.
He's been away for 6
Yeah.
minutes.
All right. Let's. I'll tell you what. We will remove from party. Oh, too late. All right. There we go. And yep. By the suggestion of Gree Empire, we are starting on Disco Bloodbath.
Yeah, I don't really know maps anyway, so that's why I said pick whatever you want.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of adaptation rapid fire here. That's gonna be the fun of it. All right. GLHF.
All right. First map is going to be Disco Bloodbath. All right, so very interesting screenshots we're seeing here of this map. Looks like it has some monuments as well, and all on a disco dance floor. I have no idea what to think of this map. It kind of looks like some of those neon violet square maps that they had in the past. We'll take a nice little survey of the map right here. All right, in the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player. His name is
Hyper Turtle.
And in the top left, we have the pink Zerg player. His name is
JMPZ.
So for a map called Disco Bloodbath, I was expecting something a little bit more unserious. It looks like we do have the massive disco dance floor in the center. But yeah, other than that, it looks like a very standard macro map, honestly. Looks like 5 bases are available. Sections offer very well defensively. Yeah, and additional extreme bases that you could take later on in the game that will be harder to defend and you'll have to contest over with your opponent. Yeah, I wasn't expecting something as this. Now, these two players, they both are playing random in this series, so they don't know the races of their opponent going in, but they're about to right now with the Overlord High Five. See if they like focus their cameras over there. I guess they can infer it from seeing it on the minimap as well. But both of them are, because they don't know what's going on. Yep. Not more ZVC. I guess Hyper Turtle's a little tired of the bug-on-bug violence. But yeah, both players playing fairly standard here. They don't really know what to expect. So yeah, Hyper Turtle just saturating the gas a little early just to have the option to make that Zergling speed. Pretty solid move in any matchup really to just have that relatively early. Meanwhile, in JMPZ's base, his gas is a little bit lower. His mineral income is just a tad higher. Both of them went for the early expands, and both of them getting a couple queens out. JMPZ just making 4 lings just for scouting purposes here, and Hyper Turtle mirroring him almost perfectly. Oh, so looks like Hyper Turtle's... Oh, okay. Hyper Turtle's speed is just a tad delayed despite the extractor being up slightly earlier, I think. It looks like he just mined enough gas for the speed and then took a couple guys off of gas to mine more minerals. Hyper Turtle recognizes that this is a ZVZ and he's just making that defensive spine. A pretty solid move, especially if the Lingbane fights are just a little bit more difficult. Just having an automated tower that just does a little bit of damage is usually a great move. Yeah, so JMPZ with his scouting lings just recognizes that there's a spines coming up. Queen there, and a bunch of lings. He's not going to get much damage, so he just goes home. Starts droning up again as well. Pretty early lair coming down for JMPZ. I believe there is no Roach Warren for him, so I'm wondering if this is going to be like a Muta Rush. He's only on 1 Gas Geyser right now, so if he's going to commit to Mutas, he'll probably want to take all 4 of his Gas Geysers. They're around the Spire as soon as this lair is done as well. He's getting pretty close to full saturation on the mineral, so that might be coming up soon. Oh, and a Roach Warren does go down as well in the front, just in case he wants to wall off later on, or make roaches reactively. Not sure if this is a complete wall. Looks like these buildings were placed a little bit oddly. Not sure if Link can sneak in between here and here. I think it's a complete wall, but just a lot of surface area over here. Well, there's a big gaping gap here. I think you might need 2 queens to plug that, but... Meanwhile, in Hyper Turtle's base, he's also getting that lair just slightly behind JMPZ. Going for a similar wall himself with the Evo chambers to be able to get his upgrades later. But the difference here, Hyper Turtle does have the 3rd base. So I'm not sure if Hyper Turtle is thinking that mutas might be a factor here. He does throw down a couple of Spore Crawlers right away. But yeah, no Mutalisks are out just yet. Oh, so it looks like it's going to be Hydralisks from JMPZ. Now I wonder if he's going to go heavy on the Hydras right away, or if he wants to just get the Hydra Den to just rush Lurkers. I think both prospects are relatively risky, especially if the other person just makes a ton of roaches and just like batters down your front door. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. JMPZ is able to make roaches himself. He is getting the roach speed upgrade. Ahead of Hyper Turtle, even. So JMPZ's roaches will just be a tad bit better, but I think Hyper Turtle should have an economic advantage here. So I say that, and it looks like there actually is a difference in drones right now. Okay, it's evened out a little bit. Both players out are about 44 workers right now. Hyper Turtle does for the roach speed, starts researching it right now. A couple Ravagers being morphed. So Hyper Turtle, interestingly, going for melee upgrades and range. I think, yeah, like I guess this is kind of reminiscent of his games versus possibly maybe. He did have a roachling army for a long time in the game. I suppose that this could be useful if you play like a Ling counterattack style. Just having +1 melee upgrades just makes your Lings just that much more useful. Yeah, and both players just macroing up from here. JMPZ going into his +2/+2. Just saturating his third base, and even getting the Hydra upgrades as well. So it looks like this is going to be Roach Hydra from JMPZ. It's a pretty solid composition, a lot of DPS with the Hydras, and the Roaches just buffer for them. Hyper Turtle just doing a little bit of scouting here with these Lings. Just seeing what bases are coming up. He does find a new base right here from JMPZ. Now, JMPZ's army is moving beneath this. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, he backs off wisely. If that army ever moves out of position again, he may be able to run back in and get a few drone kills. Yeah. Likely will hold on to that base, though. And a fourth base is already done for Hyper Turtle as well. And yep, it looks like I called it relatively. JMPZ just goes for an early lurker den as well. Now he did mention this while he was casting, but yeah, looks like he does like his lurkers. Only a few Hydras out right now, and a solid amount of roaches. But yeah, in terms of the army supply right now, it looks like JMPZ is leading by about like 25 supply. I think he just has more roaches and ravagers, and obviously the hydras as well. It could be very dicey attack into even lair tech lurkers. Hive is coming for JMPZ, so he will be able to get the lurker upgrades relatively soon. But yeah, like super early lurkers could just get biled down by enough ravagers. Should Hyper Turtle choose to make some ravagers. And yeah, Hyper Turtle following up with his own lurker den as well. So both of them looks like they intend to play the lurker versus lurker game. Now the upgrades are slightly leading for JMPZ, but Hyper Turtle should be closing that relatively soon. Even getting his own pneumatized carapace just to make sure. Oh, and I totally missed that. JMPZ runs forward and snipes a fourth base from Hyper Turtle. Army completely caught out of position. One unit morphing right there. And it looks like there are lurkers firing for JMPZ as well. I'm not sure if Hyper Turtle recognizes this, but a lot of damage is going down on this army right now. JMPZ getting the better end of this engagement. 18 more roaches on the way and a bunch of drones going down. JMPZ not taking the gas off the brakes. The foot off the gas. Hyper Turtle chooses to evacuate this third base and engages with the queens. The 18 roaches that were in production are here now. But yeah, like there's just so much berserk here, especially with the lurkers behind this. Hyper Turtle will have a very hard time running forward on this army. that seismic spines upgrade in production for JNPZ. Lurker's marching forward to get a good position here at the next base. Yep, he puts the Lurkers down in a very good position. And yeah, those units coming out of the hatchery are just not long for the build. Yeah, Lurker versus Lurker is a bit of an arms race. As with many things in CPC. Got JNPC stubbing forward with his army and get the GG from Hyper Turtle. Game 1 goes JNPC's way. Now, because they picked relatively... Please no more bugs. Yeah, JMPZ just hoping for rolling something other than his main race. But I believe they're letting the gods decide their fate. So we're going into another random versus random. This time on Jagannatha. In the top right, we have the red Zerg player, down 0-1 right now. His name is...
Hyper Turtle.
And in the bottom left, we have the pink Protoss player. His name is...
JMPZ.
Yeah, so JMPZ rolls Protoss right now, which I think he mentioned is probably his weakest race. And Hyper Turtle rolls Zerg again, which is Hyper Turtle's strongest race, so be fun to see how this one goes. Now Jagannatha, this is a map that was in the map pool like years ago. I don't remember exactly when. But yeah, if you look at old StarCraft content, a lot of the tutorials are were made on this map. And we have the new map called Maganatha, which I assume was this map partly inspired. Maganatha is also named after the Egyptian caster and player Magnath. Yeah, fun fact if you guys didn't know that.